so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start February 11th. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes while giving you a head start on 2026. Earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street or explore our offerings online at azcommerciallighting.com. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
Back your hometown favorite. Get your very own exclusive University of Arizona debit card from Hughes Federal Credit Union. Pair your new card with a free checking account that earns dividends with no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and convenient 24/7 online and mobile banking. Visit one of our 7 convenient branch locations to get your card instantly or open an account online at hughesfcu.org/wildcats. Show your Wildcat spirit all year long with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Average doesn't grow your business. Smart strategy does. At Cumulus Digital, our campaigns outperform industry benchmarks by more than 25% because we go beyond clicks and impressions, showing you exactly who saw your ad. We build solutions that fit more than 4,000 businesses that partner with us every month. Let's build one for you. You're not average, and your marketing results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com today.
If only there were a little bitty song to remind me where to get my next vehicle.
How about this?
O'Reilly Chevrolet. That's perfect.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at iccu.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Johnson run high screen from Bull. His runner blocked by Del Orso. Grabbed by Bradley. Here's a race down to the other end. Bradley lay it up good. And he's fouled by Cambridge.
Excellent job turning defense into offense. Del Orso getting the block, leading to the run up by Bradley. And a finish with opportunity for the and one.
Now they are officially unanimous now. Number 1 team in the country, your Arizona men's basketball team. Now, this is a different type of unanimous than I've been talking about the last few weeks. My unanimous was being number 1 in both the AP and the coaches poll, because the Wildcats, for a number of the weeks that they've been number 1 in the Associated Press Top 25, were not the number 1 team in the coaches poll. Michigan held that designation until they lost, was it last Saturday before last, to Wisconsin. Then Arizona assumed that mantle as being the number 1 team in both the AP and the coaches poll, and they still are. Now though, last week you'll remember Arizona, number 1 in the AP poll, got 60 of the 61 first-place votes. So there was one holdout. We still are not quite sure. J-Dub believes he knew knows who it was. Who did you think that was? A reporter somewhere in West Virginia or something? Some obscure city in Virginia?
I didn't think. No, I know. It's public. It's public record.
Okay.
So the AP voting is public record. And, one holdout. His name is Shane Metlin. And Shane Metlin, he decided to vote for Iowa State, is the number one team in the country from the previous poll. And his history, DK, has a bias towards ASU. So, to me, it's a very much similar to the way that the Hall of Fame baseball voting goes, right? There are many players who should be unanimous. Derek Jeter's a good example. Should be unanimous picks, but they aren't voted unanimous. Why? Because guys like Mantle weren't, right? So, you have a reason to not put a team there because of some kind of dumb history. And a lot of times it just comes down to that. So, one lone holdout voter, last AP poll had Iowa State number one. Obviously, coming off back-to-back losses, it's a really bad look for that voter, DK, to have Iowa State number one this week. So he had to hold his nose and put Arizona number one.
I like it. For sure. We need to get him on the show and find out what was going on with his vote up until last week. So now, and this shocked my mind when I heard this come out the other day. This is the first time ever. Arizona's been number one before in the Associated Press poll. But this is the first time ever that they've gotten all of the votes. I would have thought that would have happened in the past, but clearly for Arizona, that had not happened until this week when they got all of the votes in the AP poll. All 61 AP voters. I think there's a few here in the market. I believe our guy Michael Lev is an AP voter, maybe one or two other people. But this is the first time Arizona got all of the votes. And not only did they get all of the votes in the AP poll, but they also got all of the votes in the coaches poll. I don't understand the coaches poll. There's only 31 coaches. Is there only 31 coaches voting?
I can explain it to you.
Yeah, please explain that.
So the coaches don't fill that out. An assistant coach fills it out for them because a coach doesn't have time, DK. I mean, how much time does Coach Tommy Lloyd outside of
I don't have time to vote on.
Outside of I'm talking about watching games.
Yeah.
Like, how much time does Tommy Lloyd have outside of the occasional game from Spokane to watch full basketball games? He'll watch, obviously, packages that his advanced scout team has put together for the next opponent. But traditionally, most of the coaches' poll ballots are not filled out by the head coaches. They're filled out, and they have obviously, they're doing scouting. They understand who the best teams are, but they don't get the chance to watch every single game. They got to recruit. They have to prep for the next game. So a lot of times it'll be the assistants who will fill it out and they'll just scribble their name on it. So, the coaches poll has long been considered to be more of a momentum-based. It's really based on the inertia of a team. Iowa State, huge win at Purdue, right? Had all this inertia, maybe the best win of the season. Some might say Arizona in stores, but hey, you go to Purdue, you beat them. They're a top 5 team. And then they just lost 2 in a row. So the momentum of moving up as you get giant wins across your season, your inertia slows down and goes the other way when you drop back-to-back games. So kind of the polling is as simple as that. More to do with what you've done the last few weeks than your whole body of work, which is much better represented by net rankings and things like that.
Yeah, but I guess my question was, why are there only, we have more than 31 Division I teams. Why are there only 31 coaches voting?
Well, that's always been associated with the USA Today, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I think that was that. I'm assuming that is the reason.
So it's
why.
A board, the USA Today Sports Board of Coaches. It's made up of 31 head coaches.
That coaches poll was always the USA Today coaches poll in my lifetime. So I just assumed it had to do with the way that newspaper wanted to put that thing together, as opposed to the AP, which is if you get enough clout in your community, guys like Bruce Pascoe get a chance to be a voter in the AP poll every week because you've earned the right, having some kind of you've proven over time, DK, that you are an honest person and you're not just there to do dumb things and vote dumb ways.
Do we know who the coaches are in that poll?
Do I know who all of them are?
Do we know who that is? That public?
Yeah, it's definitely public. I can look it up for you.
Okay. I have no idea who the 31 coaches are who voted in that poll. But they all gave U of A their vote this past week. So Arizona, unanimous number one in both polls. I'm shocked that has never happened in the AP poll that Arizona has gotten all of the votes. It's the 45th time since the AP Top 25 poll began in 1949 that Arizona has been number one. And the 6th consecutive poll this season. It's the longest run at number one for the Wildcats since that famed team of 2013, 2014, the Brandon Ashley team that went 21-0 to start the season. And this team obviously is bordering on that mark. They're going to have to go through BYU to get there, but they certainly could get there. BYU is less than a week away. That is going to be after this current homestand, which will be tomorrow night against Cincinnati and Saturday against West Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, Cincinnati just beat Iowa State, so that's the big one on the schedule is tomorrow's game. And it's not just BYU. You've got Houston also. Houston is maybe playing as well as anybody in the country right now. So there are a lot of L's, potential L's on the schedule. I know a lot of people, let's just get right into it. Indiana just won the college football national championship last night, DK. And they're the last college basketball team, famously, to go through an entire season undefeated.
Right.
That was 76, 77, I think, was that year?
On the men's side, yes.
Yeah, and so it's been quite a long time since a team has gone undefeated through the regular season. We remember the Zags were undefeated before they lost in the championship game a few years back. But it's just a monumental task to go undefeated through a regular, especially in modern days, and especially playing in the Big 12. So I would imagine there's multiple losses on Arizona's schedule remaining. It's just a matter of if you're playing your best ball in March. I do have the list of 31 coaches. It might take too long to get through, but I can give you the schools real quick.
Right.
Syracuse, Vermont, St. Mary's, Ohio, Lamar, Florida Gulf Coast, Baylor, so Scott Drew's got a vote, Chattanooga, Georgia State, Alabama A&M, Northern Iowa, Yale, Oakland, Tulsa, Southeast Missouri State. We got Sacred Heart, UC Davis, Creighton, Middle Tennessee, Lafayette, Eastern Washington, Richmond, UNC Asheville, Alabama, Nate Oates has a vote, New Mexico, Purdue, that's Matt Painter, North Dakota, Central Connecticut State, Drexel, Abilene Christian, Arizona saw them this year, right? Mm-hmm. And Delaware State. So, yeah, there are maybe, I would say, 4 or 5 names on this list that a lot of people would recognize and a lot of coaches from smaller schools.
There you go. There you go. So your team right now stands atop the throng. On the AP side, it's Arizona, UConn, Michigan, Purdue, and Duke. That's 1 through 5. On the coaches side, it's Arizona, Michigan, UConn. So those two teams are flipped, Purdue and Duke. Michigan being number 2 on the coaches poll, UConn being number 2 on the AP side of things. We mentioned BYU coming up in less than a week. They are 13th on both sides of the poll because they did lose over the weekend in that big ball game with Texas Tech. Texas Tech now number 12 in the country, right above BYU. So the gauntlet will be forthcoming for your Arizona Wildcats. The question will be, can they remain through that gauntlet as the number 1 ranked team in the country? 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is our number. Are you shocked by this? Are you shocked? Did you know? I had no idea. No idea that the Wildcats had never been a number 1 team in the AP poll that got all votes. I wonder how I haven't heard. I would imagine that's happened many, many times before for certain teams. I wonder if that's a high number of teams that have ever gotten all of the votes in an AP poll. We'll have to find that out for you as well. All right, so we've got a full show today, full show for you coming up. We've got Arizona women's basketball this evening here in Tucson at McKale Center. The ladies are back on the hardwood. They are going to take on Kansas tonight. So the Jayhawks are in town. That is a 6 o'clock tip-off over at McKale Center. You can hear that game coming up on Freedom 1400 beginning at 5:45 with Derek Palmer. So we've got basketball tonight. We've got basketball tomorrow night as well. The men will be home against Cincinnati. That is a 7 o'clock tip-off tomorrow. We'll be with you at the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day at 3:30 tomorrow. So join us for that. There is no Becky Burke show this week, probably because of the timing of the games. They play tonight, and I don't think they play again until Saturday. this week. But no, there was no Tommy Lloyd show, obviously, last week. There's no Becky Burke show this week. However, there is a Tommy Lloyd show that will be Thursday night over at the Union Public House if you want to get out and hang out with Brian Jeffries, the voice of the Wildcats, and the head coach of your unanimous number one men's basketball team.
They got to go see Audi on Saturday.
Yes, they do. They're not playing as well as since conference play started.
They've lost
Iowa State is not.
5 games in a row.
Is that right?
Cyclones lost. Yeah,
Wow.
the Lady Cyclones have lost 5 consecutive games.
Were they grossly overrated?
I mean,
to start the season,
she's still killing it. But a couple close losses here. They lost by 6 to Colorado. They lost by 2 points.
They are 2-5
versus Baylor. Yeah, they have lost. They won their first 2 conference games and they've lost 5 straight.
Oh, jeez, so they beat Kansas and Houston. They've lost to ranked Baylor at Cincinnati, West Virginia at home, and then on the road at Colorado and Oklahoma State. Colorado's always going to be tough. They're usually really good. I'm not sure how good Oklahoma State is, but apparently they're good enough that they beat them by almost 30 points. That's somewhat shocking. So they'll be home this week against Cincinnati, Iowa State, and then they'll welcome in Arizona this weekend. That is a nationally televised game, by the way. That game on Saturday between the Wildcats and the Cyclones, women's basketball. That'll be nationally televised on FS1. The Wildcats against their former point guard, Jada Williams. Jada is averaging 8 assists, which I guess is not hard when you've got a big like an Audi Crooks. 12 points and 8 assists this year for Jada, but it clearly has not translated into wins the last 5 games.
Some bad news real quick. Speaking of former Arizona point guards, news came out today. Kylan Boswell broke his hand. He'll be out for a month.
Oh, wow. That stinks.
Yeah.
That stinks.
That came out today.
All right. So we'll also, speaking of Arizona alums, we'll check in. Carter Bryant had his best NBA game last night. 11 points for the Spurs and a win over the Jazz. We'll let you hear from Carter. He spoke after that game, had a couple of nice dunks in the contest last night, getting some. I think it's only the second time he scored double digits in the NBA, and the first time he scored double digits in a win for the Spurs. So we'll hear from Carter Bryant coming up later. Also, I hear a rumor that Crickets got tickets coming up later in the show for you, so stay tuned for that. I'll let you know that might be coming up at the beginning of the 4 o'clock hour, right around the top of the 4 o'clock hour. Crickets got tickets for you. If you went out and hit any sports this weekend, want to hear from you, 520-848-1290. If you're out at Chili Willy, 150 on Sunday. It was a beautiful day. I mean, it was a beautiful weekend. Beautiful day for auto racing here in Southern Arizona. I'd love to hear from you if you're out at the Chili Willy this past weekend. We'll get into a little bit of some of the results of that as well. If you're out at MLK Classic, always a great day of basketball down at McHale Center. The high school kids take over every Martin Luther King holiday. I usually try to get out to at least 2 of those games. Unfortunately, yesterday did not get a chance to get down to McHale Center. But hopefully you were my eyes. If you were down there, let me know what happened. I heard Mountain View had a big win over Catalina Foothills yesterday. So we'll go through all the scores at the MLK Classic as well, get you those. And we can also chat about the Roadrunners, because the Roadrunners are home tonight and Wednesday at Tucson Arena. So there's a game, there's hockey tonight down at the arena. Get on down there. Surprisingly enough, the Roadrunners have won 7 of their last 9 games. Unfortunately, they haven't moved anywhere in the standings because they're in a really, really good division this year. We'll dive into that as well. Both the Roadrunners and the Mammoth up in the National League are playing very well. So the affiliate hockey teams are doing good right now. And the Suns have won 11 of 15 games. We can get into that as well at 848-1290.
They say, they've been saying this for weeks, but they say that Jalen Green is eminently going to return.
I've been hearing eminently for a week now. When is Emily going to be today?
Emily could be today, could be tomorrow. Who knows?
Okay. All right. Let's let you have Cricket right now. She's getting you home every 20 minutes on your fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions reported Orange Grove near La Cañada, McGee and Oracle in Oro Valley, Oracle and McGee. Also wrecks reported at Golf Links and Kolb, Ahoway and Country Club. Campbell and Fort Lowell backups westbound and southbound due to road work at Campbell and Fort Lowell. 42 the overnight low, 72 partly cloudy tomorrow. We've got a 60% chance of rain coming on Friday and Saturday. 71 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
the perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start February 11th. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes while giving you a head start on 2026. Earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Wildcat fans, where do you go when the final buzzer sounds? You don't head home. You head to Roadhouse Cinemas and Roadies, Tucson's home court for great food, craft beer, and nonstop fun. At Roadies, you can bowl, throw an axe, play arcade games, or grab a burger while the next game plays on the massive screens. Then, catch the newest movies right next door at Roadhouse Cinemas with luxury recliners and full in-seat dining. Game days, movie nights, anytime. Make it a win at Roadhouse Cinemas and Roadies on the corner of Grant and Swan.
You know it. Your neighbors know it. And let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be. But thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was, and even better. Dorado Rock Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Everyone loves a backyard barbecue, but who has the time? I'm Josh Bishop, owner of Fork and Fire in Oro Valley and Catalina. My brother, best friend, and I have been cooking for one another and our neighbors for years, and we still get to live our passion every day at Fork and Fire. In Oro Valley, you'll discover bold, smoky brisket, ribs, pulled pork, and many creative dishes, paired with local craft beers on tap and specialty cocktails. Fork and Fire, your neighborhood backyard barbecue, where great food meets good times and strong community. Join us today at Fork and Fire, Oro Valley, and in Catalina.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
As the new year begins, Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing would like to thank you for allowing us to serve Tucson and the surrounding communities for the past 25 years. Whether it is a small water leak or a full air conditioning replacement, we do it all, big or small. For professional service, call Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at picturoxcooling.com.
Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Progressive knows life takes you in many directions.
Bear right at exit 32, then begin to wonder why you never bought a fish tank.
In 1.3 miles, you'll realize you've been mispronouncing epitome your whole life. At the roundabout, you will remember you said something at dinner you wish you hadn't and will think about it for decades. You have arrived at your destination, but it turns out there really is no destination and life just keeps going.
Wherever life takes you, protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Arizona women's basketball had number 10 TCU down 2 points at the half on Saturday in Fort Worth.
Cornfield tried that wraparound pass, and Sheffy was there for it. Hunter running the floor. Sheffy taking it herself. It's good.
Veronica Sheffy, though, helping lead the way in a comeback for the Horned Frogs as they rallied. They were down as many. Arizona had them down in that first half as many as 7 points early, but TCU came back to beat the Wildcats 78-62. 17 points for Samaya Sugapong in the loss. I believe that is a career high, at least a season high, I should say, for Samaya Sugapong since she arrived out of the transfer portal from the University of San Diego. Am I correct on that? No, actually, she had 18 3 games ago against BYU. But for a young lady who struggled to find her scoring, she's starting to get hot. She has games of 18, 10, and 17. And it's interesting, obviously, a lot of this has coincided with the loss of Michaela Purdue, that she all of a sudden has emerged as a scoring threat for the Arizona Wildcats, scoring, as we mentioned, 45 points in the last 3 games. What does my U-High math tell me that is? About 15 points a game? 45 divided by 3, that would be 15.
Correct.
So that's 8 points over her average the last 3 games for Samaya Sugapong. Unfortunately, again, though, Wildcats could not hang on. They were outscored 27-18 in the third and 23-14 in the fourth quarter, losing 78-62 to TCU, who's now 18-2. They actually had to go. They played in a really cool event yesterday in Newark, New Jersey, the Coretta Scott King Classic. But they lost to number 12 Ohio State in that event. So they played U of A on Saturday and then jumped right on a plane to Newark, where they played Ohio State in that event yesterday. Let's hear a little bit from head coach Becky Burke and Samaya Sugapong after the game, their thoughts on the 78-62 loss to TCU.
That's a heck of an effort by our group that I'm extremely proud of, and that I think we can go in that locker room and say we threw some punches. We gave it our all. We fought. We battled. We followed a game plan to perfection that I think was really, really effective. TCU's a great team, well coached. We respected them at the highest level coming into this game. But we didn't come in here like we were planning on losing, and I was really proud of our team's effort for that and our fight. And the situation that we're in, this year, and with losing our leading scorer a week ago, there's a lot of things that our team could be down and out about, but they are not, and they're fighting and they're battling, and so it's probably as proud that I've sat at a podium despite a loss. So really proud of our group, and I think this is something we can build off moving forward.
Coach, you mentioned the game plan. I thought you guys had an excellent game plan, and it
Thank
was
you.
really effective, especially in that first half. What did you see on film that you were trying to attack defensively?
I mean, obviously, you can't let Miles have space and time and comfort, you know. So Tanny and Lonnie and Samaya, like we got some guards that might be half her size, but we could get in her and we could bother her a little bit and get up under her and be feisty with her. And you know, we know they're really really good in ball screen offense, and so we wanted to take away her space, her vision. We also wanted to make the posts a little bit less effective by not allowing them to catch a ball as much on rolls or throwback post entries. So the game plan was really thoughtful and really well planned out, but more so than anything, well executed by our players.
Coach, this was a very physical game.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you guys dealt with TCU's physicality?
Beautifully, considering, you know, no one was picking us into layup lines to win the physicality matchup, right? We're much smaller at each position, but what our team has is fight and grit and competitiveness, and so we boxed out. Like, it was great. The ball dang near bounced a bunch of times tonight because we made such a conscious effort on the glass. You know, we let a few O-boards in the second half get through, I think just because of fatigue and some other things, but from a physicality standpoint, we held our own, and there's some games where I'm like, man, we just got out-physicaled, and this wasn't one where I'm necessarily saying that to a high degree.
You had a great effort on both ends of the floor. You had the technical, I think, late in the game. Can you talk about like having the emotion, wanting to play with that emotion in games like this, but then also like learning how to kind of balance it as well?
Yeah, I think in a game like this where we're, you know, sort of the underdog, I think that's where a lot of us thrive. Just coming in and competing, you know, Coach talked about really no pressure on us coming into this game, so just going out there, playing hard, and, you know, sometimes emotions take over a little bit too much, so just being smarter about that. But, I mean, just all of us going out there playing hard. We're just a very competitive group.
Samaya, from your perspective, you guys hung with this team for most of the game, and then third quarter they kind of were able to get going and roll in the fourth quarter. But for you, what do you take away from this game for you guys as something to move forward with?
That we can hang with these caliber teams. I think in the third quarter, just learning to adjust. You know, they came out, made adjustments, so us dealing with that and adjusting as well. But I mean, we can hang with these teams, and I know me and the other girls are feeling good coming out of this game, and we're looking forward to winning some in these coming weeks.
All right, and that'll start tonight for the Arizona women's basketball team as they take on Kansas at McHale Center again, 6 o'clock. And it's interesting because when Samaya Sugapong came in to this organization, she came in largely as a scorer, much like a Mickey Purdue, just from the other side of the country. Mickey having played at Cleveland State and Samaya having played at San Diego. But it seems, and sometimes, J-Dub, I guess you're gonna see this when again you've got essentially an entire new team and you're trying to meld everybody together, that one player that maybe is accustomed to scoring might consciously take a back seat to another player who is also accustomed to scoring. Because I mean, I think if you ask me, if you did ask me what's the most surprising thing about Arizona women's basketball through this first part of the conference schedule, or even in this first part of the season, I would have told you I thought Samaya Sugapong would score more than she has. But now we're starting to see that since Mickey Purdue left the lineup, that she has taken on that role as a scorer, that we thought we would see more of a 15-point-a-game scorer all the way through, not just the last 3 games.
I think, DK, it's really tough when you talk about replacing an entire roster outside of one player. So every face is new. The coaching staff is new. The philosophies are new. And here they are, 17 games into their season. And what were those 17 games in the preseason all about? Well, it's about defining roles within the team to be efficient both offensively and defensively. So they've had to figure that out. They obviously brought Michaela Purdue in to be a scorer. She's a 20-point scorer in her college career. And so through those first 15-ish games, DK, she was the one getting up 15 to 20 field goals a game. So now all of a sudden, when that person in your lineup, those 15 field goal attempts, 20 field goal attempts are no longer there, you have a scramble to redefine roles. And so obviously, Sugapong can score. Samaya has had some big scoring games with San Diego or before she got here to Tucson. And if you look at her percentages, it's in the low 30s. Her whole career, her field goal percentage has been in the low 30s. Not necessarily an efficient scorer traditionally in her career. It's tough to just ask somebody to up your field goal attempts from 5 to 15. It might sound easy, hey, go score more because everybody's looking for more field goal attempts, right, DK? I mean, that's all players want. They want more. They're complaining behind the scenes to the coaching staff, hey, I'm not getting enough looks at the rim. Well, all of a sudden, you're seeing the best defender from the other team. All of a sudden, you're seeing extra defensive attention because Mickey was getting all of that. She was the go-to scorer in the past. It's a bit of a shuffle. I won't be surprised to see them come out okay in the end, DK, but there will be a transition period. Again, whole new roster, new coaching staff, new philosophies. You lose your leading scorer 15 games in, you have to readjust, figure out where those shots are going to come from, and make sure that those players are confident and comfortable taking those shots, because that's what we're looking at is some moments where they're hanging in with some top 10 teams, and then some moments, DK, where if you look at the way that they push that lead out, TCU got stops versus Arizona, and that's what led to that. What did they end up winning by? 16-point win.
Yeah. 71 points in her first 13 games for Samaya Sugapong, 45 in the last 3 games.
And look at her shots. The last 3 games, she put up 11, 7, and 13.
Right.
And prior to that, it was probably 9 consecutive games. If you add them all up, that's the same number of field goal attempts, which looks to be about 31. 31 attempts she's taken the last 3 games. I bet she didn't take more than 35 the entire season leading up to these 3 games.
So now maybe we'll hopefully continue to see that type of output from Samaya Sugapong moving forward for this team. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. If you want to chat Arizona women's basketball, if you're heading down to the game tonight, we'd love to hear from you about your hopes and wants. Again, they are playing Kansas tonight. Kansas is 1-6 on the season in conference play. And they've lost 4 in a row. So this is a game that you would think Arizona should be able to win. The Wildcats are just 1-5, but Kansas is 1-6 playing on the road. So you'd like to think the Wildcats could potentially get that win tonight. They'd be in a if they could have just stole that game against UCF. Obviously, that was the first game they had to play without Michaela. They could have been in a really nice position with a win tonight. Sitting with 3 wins in conference play versus 2 through 8 games. That would have been 3-5 would have been a nice position for them to be in going into the meat of what's going to be this schedule and obviously the road trip coming up to Iowa State. So again, 2 very winnable games this week against a Kansas team that's lost 4 in a row and an Iowa State team that's struggling and has lost 5 in a row. National TV. And I don't know if you heard, but the TCU coach came out and had glowing remarks about the Arizona team on Saturday after the ball game. Just said was it really extremely impressed with how hard Becky Burke has this team playing right now. So, and again, that's a team that's it's still probably the best team, if not one of the 2 best teams in the conference. They're not as marquee as they were last year because there's no Haley Van Lith on the fronting that whole thing. They've got Olivia Miles now, the transfer from Notre Dame, but Arizona made it hard on her. She got 18 points the other night, but she was 4-14 from the field. So that's something. I mean, again, Olivia Miles is a really good player, and you can hang your hat on how they defended her and made it very difficult for her on Saturday to get to those 18 points.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm looking at from a Coach Burke, Coach Team DK, is the defensive pressure and intensity, much like we saw in the previous 10 years. And when you look at that TCU game, Arizona turned the Horned Frogs over 17 times, and they only got 16 assists. So when you're talking about getting underwater on the assist to turnover, I think that's what has to do with the glowing praise for Coach Becky Burke and what she's instilled in this program in a short time. Buy-in. You're talking about a bunch of players, DK, who come from smaller schools who've always had that dream to make it big and play in the big games. That might have been the first top 10 team, right? These first couple of games they've played this year versus top 10 AP-ranked teams. Those are the moments you live for. They may be slightly undersized, may not have the athleticism kind of cobbling a roster together, but there's no doubt that Coach Burke, they've adapted that her philosophies. They've adapted her style, and if just more very opening press conference when she talked about they were going to be the toughest team. They were going to always get to every loose ball. We're seeing that in fruition halfway through the season. Even if they don't necessarily maybe have the athletes to compete for a conference title this year, the buy-in from the players, DK, is obvious, and that's what you want to look for. You want to see how those players are playing and if they're playing to their, exceeding their expectations having come in under Coach Burke.
And I expect Mikhail will be rocking like it always is. The Wildcats 6th in the nation in attendance so far through this season for women's basketball. It's impressive to see how you have come out to support this program in its new direction. 520-848-1290 is the number. All right, we're going to talk some Pima softball coming up. The Aztecs are number 6 in the country. The rankings just continue to be high up on West Anklam Road. Rebecca Quiros is the head coach of the Pima softball team, Arizona Wildcat alum. She'll join us straight ahead. DK on the Sports Tip. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Campbell and Fort Lowell slowing at the intersection, southbound and westbound due to road work. We've got collisions that are reported. We'll start in Oro Valley at McGee and Oracle, northwest side, Orange Grove near La Cañada, and to the south, Ahoe Country Club, east side, Golf Links and Kolb. 42 the overnight low, 72 partly cloudy tomorrow with a 60% chance of rain on Friday and Saturday, 71 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
With this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
perfect parts that fit my car.
millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
Progressive knows life takes you in many directions.
Bear right at exit 32, then begin to wonder why you never bought a fish tank. In 1.3 miles, you'll realize you've been mispronouncing epitome your whole life. At the roundabout, you will remember you said something at dinner you wish you hadn't, and will think about it for decades. You have arrived at your destination, but it turns out there really is no destination, and life just keeps going.
Wherever life takes you, protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
They say time flies like a sparrow.
And fruit flies like a banana.
We're off to a great start.
If you two don't mind, I'd like to tell our customers about something they won't do in 2026.
I'm not doing a lot of things.
Like changing your socks.
Guys, I'm talking about no payments or interest for a full year on a new system.
Oh, people are going to like that.
You should tell them.
As I was saying, Alaskan AC can install a brand new heating and air system and have no payments or interest for a year.
365 days.
12 months.
You'll get all the comfort, and you won't write a check for a whole year.
Ha! Ron still writes checks.
He's so old, the first picture of him was an oil painting.
You guys having fun?
I never have fun.
I'm having a little fun.
This is big. With approved credit, get a spanking new furnace and AC system. No payments or interest for a year.
Spanking new?
Ron talks old-timey.
Schedule your appointment today, whenever you want, online at alaskanac.com.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
It's basketball season, Wildcat fans, and tickets are on sale now. It's no secret that McHale Center is one of the most electric atmospheres in the country. And now is your chance to be part of the madness as Tommy Lloyd, Jaden Bradley, and the rest of the Wildcats compete for a Big 12 title. Get your tickets now by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/MBK or call the McHale Center ticket office at 520-621-2287. That's 520-621-CATS.
JT Auto, where their customers are family. Stop by their newest East Side location, conveniently located at 6947 East 22nd, just west of Cole. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guarantee, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where their customers are family. 372-7704. That's 372-7704. Or jtautoaz.com.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start February 11th. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes while giving you a head start on 2026. Earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Spring is in the air. It's felt like it this last week. We've had some great temperatures. And would you believe that we have got softball and baseball starting this week up on West Anklam Road? The Pima Aztec women's softball team and the men's baseball teams are going to be getting their seasons underway. The Aztec ladies are going to be playing, I believe this is the first ever Stacey Iverson Invitational that they're going to be hosting up there. And let's chat about that with the head coach of the Pima Aztec softball team, Rebecca Quiros, joins us. Rebecca, this is the first time that you all have had this event in honor of Stacey?
Yes, good afternoon. Thanks for having me. Yes, we are having our first annual Stacey Iverson Classic, and we're so excited to honor her.
Stacey, obviously, big-time coach there back in the day. How did this whole thing come together to have a tournament with her name on it?
It's been a long time coming, and I wish we would have done this earlier, only because, she kind of set the foundation here, and I've been honored and blessed to play under her, to coach with her, and, between her and my father, it's just an honor to be able to celebrate them and everything they've done for the community in Pima.
All right, so tell me what it was like to play for her.
Oh, she was an absolute beast. The best coach I've ever had in my life.
Wait. Hold on. So because you played for her, but then you went and played for the big boss up at U of A. So you're putting Stacey on top of Mike Candrea?
You know what? It's hard. I've been so lucky with my father and Coach Andrea and her. It's like it's hard to pick a best, but her standard is just she expects the best, and that's what she gets. That's what she brings out in people is the best.
It's crazy when you talk about it. I mean, you mentioned obviously you played for your dad in high school at Flowing Wells. Then you go and you play for Stacey in junior college, and then you go and you play for Coach Mike Candrea at the U of A. I mean, I don't think there's too many people that can say they've played for that type of talented softball coaching. Give me one thing that you learned from each of those people along the way, starting with your father.
My father is really big on loyalty. So I think with him, the thing I learned the most was, staying true to your word, because your word is your bond. It represents your family and your community, and it's you. So with my father, I definitely have to say he taught me a lot about loyalty.
And then from Stacy.
Stacy's perspective is basically, we have a job to do. Let's get it done and let's go home. So she taught us a lot about being productive with our time and not wasting the opportunities and the time that we have. So, enjoying the environment, but also taking care of business. So with her, it was very time management and not wasting time.
Yeah, and that's so important, because when you talk about the amount of time that you're allowed with these young women to teach them to game, to coach them the game, it's really not that large amount of time. I mean, you can't go out there and have like 3-4 hour practices. You really have to be focused on that time period that you have every day with these young ladies.
You're absolutely right. You have to take advantage of every minute, but then again, too, you have to make sure you're not wasting it. So it's not, it's not about how long we're doing it. It's about the quality of work that we're doing in that amount of time.
We're chatting with Rebecca Quiros. She is the head softball coach up at Pima College. If y'all don't know who her father is, the legendary Armando Quiros, who coached high school here in Southern Arizona, as well as coached it at Pima College as well. Okay, so give me the last bit of piece that you learned from the legend that is Mike Candrea.
Yes, Coach Candrea is all about standard, and it wasn't about who are we playing, it's by how much are we going to win that day. So the standard was excellence, and the standard was professionalism, and the standard was representing, what we were out there for. So his standard was very clear and cut, and we had a job to do the second we stepped on the field. It was win, it was stay together, and it was represent.
And now you guys are coming off a tremendous season last year, and you start this season ranked number 6 in Division II. It seems like it's all starting to come together for you up there, Rebecca. I mean, it's been a solid program for a number of years. Now you've kind of taken that next step. What's allowed you now to put this program back near the top of your division, where you guys can annually be a team that's competing to go to the national tournament, the World Series, and have a chance to maybe even win it?
It's the buy-in, it's the buy-in and getting this community and people on the outside of the community just to buy in of what we're about and what we stand for. And we want to make sure that these kids have an opportunity to come to school, get their education paid for, and also be able to play for a top-ranked team. And like I said, it's a buy-in. If we can get them to buy into what we're trying to do and the end goal, there's going to be a lot of success all the way around.
Now, this tournament you guys are having this weekend, it's going to be over at Lincoln Park, correct? What was the decision on having it over there versus up at the school?
We have one field here, so we need to be able to accommodate 11 teams that are going to be playing. We have some of the best teams in the country coming down to play. Next year it will be even better. Like I said, it's our first year, so we're gonna evaluate and we're gonna improve it for next year. But Stacey Iverson Classic is here to stay.
Now, 11 teams coming in for this event. Did you put this together? Who was kind of the driving force behind getting all those teams to come here?
Well, I'm very lucky. I have a phenomenal AD. So his expectation is that, we're hosting things and we're getting other teams from around the country and from around the conference to come here and enjoy the weather in Tucson and just, have a good kickoff and do our tournaments early on. But our AD, he's been a really big help. This is my first time. So he's been a very big help helping me get this together. So I'm very appreciative of it.
We're chatting with Rebecca Quiros. She is the head softball coach up at Pima College. The ladies will open up the season this weekend at the Stacey Iverson Invitational over at Lincoln Park. They will play, it looks like 5 games to 2 on Friday, and then 3 games on Saturday. College of Southern Nevada and Central Arizona will be the 2 games on Friday at 9 a.m. and 2, and then on Saturday, 9, 11:30, and 2 against South Mountain, Yavapai, and Scottsdale. 2 of those obviously being teams you're going to see in conference play. 3 games in a row. I've seen doubleheaders. I don't know if I've seen too many tripleheaders. How do you manage a tripleheader?
It's okay. This is the point of the season you want to throw the kids in the fire and just kind of see what we're made of. I don't think anybody at any level, at any school is ready, right? None of us are ready, but this is going to be a good starting point to see where we're going to be at, the things we need to improve. But it's good for the team. We need to get thrown in the fire. We need to test the waters, and nothing better with some great competition.
All right, tell me a little bit about this team. Obviously, it is one, as always, that is made up of primarily local talent, which is one of the things that's so fun about watching, these squads up at Pima, whether it's softball or baseball. A lot of local kids are getting this opportunity. What do you like about this group that you're bringing into this season?
I love that our kids are staying home, man. We have some of the best talent in the country, and they're understanding and buying into that this is a great place to come for a year or 2 years. And I love that they want to stay home and they want to play and they want to win and get their school paid for. But the biggest thing with this group is we're just so well-rounded with speed and power and pitching and catching. It's a very good balance, and I just want to make sure that these kids know that every time they step on the field, they're competing. Right? Nobody has a spot here. So that's what makes it fun. It's just a team full of great talent.
Now, it looks like, is it Belen Camacho is your primary returning pitcher? Is she going to be your ace? How's the circle rounding up?
Well, these girls, they will determine who the ace is, right? So on paper, I'd love to say, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. But these girls determine, their role on the team, and they continue to compete. But yes, Belen and Soraya will be carrying the majority of our games this year, and I'm very excited to watch them compete.
Soraya Ferentino, the other pitcher you mentioned there out of Sabino High School, and Belen, another local product out of Pueblo High School. You've got a couple of young ladies from Hawaii on the team this year. How did those young ladies get here to Tucson?
I do. I have to just, my job is to win at this program, so I have to go and I have to find what's going to make us tick. And if that means going to Hawaii, if that means going to Jupiter, if that means going to Mars, whatever it takes, right? We're going to pull it together and we're going to give them a home here.
Oh, I'd love to know what the talent on Mars is like.
I'm looking for pitching, so we'll see.
God, you can never have enough pitching. Never have enough pitching. That's right. Absolutely. Rebecca Quiros joining us, head coach of the Pima Aztecs softball team. They're opening up their season coming up this Saturday, or this weekend, Friday and Saturday, at the Stacey Iverson Invitational. When you look at the conference this year, Rebecca, how does it size up for you guys?
It's going to be great competition, just like it was last year. We went head to head with almost every team we played, regardless of division, whether it was Division I or Division II. We're all very equal. I respect my opponents immensely, and it's just going to be another great fight.
Do you, when you look to schedule these games, you really don't, you kind of jump right into conference play after this. Is this like really the only, major tournament that you guys will play? Because there's so many teams. Literally you play 42 games, and I think there was something along that nature in conference play. So you probably don't have a lot of time to play outside, non-conference type situations.
Yeah, that is correct. We jump right into conference play. But, like I said, the Stacey Iverson Invitational is so good because all of us, every team from every school is looking to pick up games, and get us ready for season. It's nice that we get to play home, and the other teams don't have to travel far. So it just works out really good for everybody in the conference.
And how many years now is this for you, Stacey, as head coach? About 10?
I'm going into my 8th season.
8th, okay. So tell me this. How are you different in year 8 than you were in year 1?
It's a lot of growing up, and it's a lot of failure to get to where we need to be. And I think that's what it's all about. It's a journey, and it's having a good support system, a good network.
There you go.
My idea is great. I can't do it without my assistant coaches. Ray is the backbone of us, and just little things like that I need to be successful. So.
And this is, and you've been able to pretty much keep your staff together. This is pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, Jennifer Martinez and Nikki Johnson, they've been with you for the majority of those 8 years, if not all of them.
They have been here since day one, and what makes that really special is the same route that I took, they took, right? So we started here. We're Aztecs through and through. We played here, we coached here, and we've only coached here. And so that's what makes it really special. When these girls come play for us, they're getting coaches that have, buy into the Aztec culture 100%.
Okay, now, and Dad is on the staff as an assistant. How does he like working for you, and how hard do you push him?
Oh, Daddy's tough on me. He still has these, big expectations, but I think that's what makes me successful is, that tough love.
All right, Dev, they come up. I know your girls always have like some little thing that they have, whether it's a little tiki with a cowboy hat or something. Have they come up with their thing for this year yet?
Not yet. They got to earn that, but they definitely will. I'm sure they'll come up with something funny, and we'll get in trouble for having props again. And so we'll have to keep them. We'll have to keep them calm in the dugout as long as we can.
There you go. Hey, Rebecca, best of luck. Looking forward to seeing how this season transpires. Coming off last year's tremendous run by your club, looking for more of the same and continuing to build this into a junior college powerhouse.
Thank you. I appreciate your support. Go Aztecs.
There you go. Aztec tough indeed. Rebecca Quiros, head coach, now in her 8th season up on West Anklam Road. 6th ranked junior college Division II team in the country are your Pima Aztecs to start this 2026 season. Man, it's just hard to believe that it's here already. I mean, you've got the JCs, they get a little bit of an earlier start than U of A, but that's going to be here before you know it. I mean, I think I got my thing from Katie Vick to get my credentials already for softball. And I was thinking last week I got to figure out the baseball schedule to see, because we usually do about 6-7 shows out of baseball. I got to look at the schedule to see when we're going to do those. The first home baseball game is less than a month away. February the 17th. That'll be a Tuesday night against Nebraska Omaha. Wildcats will open up their season at the College Baseball Series in Surprise. That's going to be a really fun tournament that weekend prior. Stanford, Oregon State, Michigan will be there. And then, again, softball, their schedule under Caitlin Lowe is right here as well. And they start even sooner, February the 5th. So that week leading into the Super Bowl, we'll have Arizona softball for you as they open up at the Candrea Classic. Southern Utah, they'll play them twice, and then they're going to play Oklahoma 3 times. A 3-game series in a tournament against Oklahoma, one of the best teams in the country, coming in here February 6th, February 7th, and February 8th. So get your tickets for that matchup out at Hillenbrand Stadium. Going to be fun for sure. DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions reported Carondelet and Wilmot, Linda Vista and Thornydale and Linda Vista, McGee and Oracle, Ahaway Country Club, and also Golf Links and Kolb Road. 42 the overnight low, 72 partly cloudy tomorrow, and 71 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Never wait to see your family doctor again. At My Doctor Now, you don't need to take time off work or even schedule ahead. Open 7 days a week. It's your family doctor. Available same day, every day, guaranteed. Go to My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start February 11th. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes while giving you a head start on 2026. Earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
En garde! U.S. Olympians do it, your neighbor's kid does it, and yes, it's the only socially acceptable way to carry a sword, fencing. No, not the kind that keeps dogs in. This is the Olympic and Paralympic sport for all ages. Fencing is fun, safe, and welcoming. Physical chess that builds both body and mind. Kids and adults make friends fast, stay active, and even open doors to college programs nationwide. Learn more and find beginner classes near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing.
They say time flies like a sparrow.
And fruit flies like a banana.
We're off to a great start.
If you two don't mind, I'd like to tell our customers about something they won't do in 2026.
I'm not doing a lot of things.
Like changing your socks.
Guys, I'm talking about no payments or interest for a full year on a new system.
Oh, people are going to like that.
You should tell them.
As I was saying, Alaskan AC can install a brand new heating and air system and have no payments or interest for a year.
365 days.
12 months.
You'll get all the comfort, and you won't write a check for a whole year.
Ha! Ron still writes checks.
He's so old, the first picture of him was an oil painting.
You guys having fun?
I never have fun.
I'm having a little fun.
This is big. With approved credit, get a spanking new furnace and AC system. No payments or interest for a year.
Spanking new?
Ron talks old-timey.
Schedule your appointment today, whenever you want, online at alaskanac.com.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' Cay. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rockin' Cay, with home savings up to $25,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. LiveRockingCay.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Here's a tale of Tina searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till GoodRx wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Hot foot it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Somebody's got a birthday today. 37th birthday for this guy.
Point taking the 3 points.
Going for it right here.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
And Mike Quick looked up and he said, they're going for it.
Here we go. Philly special. Ready?
Holds in the gun. Clement to his right.
Easy.
Folds moves to the right. It goes directly to Clement. Clement reverses it, and the pass goes into the end zone. And it is a touchdown by Nick Foles.
Happy 37th birthday today to Nick Foles, Arizona football legend, Super Bowl champion. Have you seen Nick Foles breaking down tape the last couple of weeks during the postseason? I mean, it is something that why this guy doesn't have a broadcast job, I'm not sure, because Nick Foles is really good. Really good. If you head on over to my Twitter page at David Kelly 1290, I retweeted, and I want to play you this one when he was talking last week. His Philadelphia Eagles got eliminated from the postseason in the first round. And you'll remember they had a bunch of chances down inside the red zone, and they literally ran the same play 2 times and it didn't work, and Jalen Hurts and company, defending champions, eliminated. This was Nick Foles. I want you to just hear some of this. This is him talking about pressure situations and how quarterbacks have to have an active voice in what's happening with their offenses during those types of situations.
You know, I want to see Jalen more
participating in the discussion,
aggressive with it. Let me tell you this from a quarterback's perspective, because that's what people want to hear. In these moments, these are big moments in games. These are season-defining moments. I guarantee you, every single time I was in a season-defining, stressful moment, I had a play that I wanted called.
I can think of one in particular. If you want to give an example.
Let's go to the example. It's like, okay, the Philly special is for sure that. Hey, then let's go the next year against the Chicago Bears in the playoff game on 4th and 1. I went up to Doug. I wanted Q8 because we had the formation, kill 34W, boom, boom, boom. They were doing 0-0 hole. It was too hard to see. I said, I'm just calling Q8. We're just gonna live and die with Q8. We're gonna go on the run. Golden's gonna win. We're running Q8. In this moment, as a quarterback, you have plays, and as an offensive coordinator, to head coach, you can suggest a play. But when you call a timeout and you're discussing everything on the sidelines, I'm asking my quarterback, what do you like right here? Here's the call sheet. Because that's what the coaches would do with me. When I was on teams where I was a leader and it was like a high-functioning offense and I was excelling, they'd be like, hey, what do you like? What do you want to call? Chicago Bears, when I played the Atlanta Falcons, Matt Nagy, when he threw me in the third quarter or fourth quarter, he's like, you just call all the plays, everything you want. I called the rest of the game for the most part as a quarterback. And this would be my challenge going into the next season. And this is Jalen Hurts' next step. They're going to have to, in off-season training, when they get together and do practices, they're going to have Jalen call it periods where, hey, Jalen, it's you. Hey, we'll give you, if you want a call sheet, have a call sheet. Or if you want to run a play in no huddle, you call the 2-minute. They might already be doing this, but I think the next step in his progression, I think he's great when they call plays and he runs plays and they're on the same page. He's shown that. He's a Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP. I believe Jalen Hurts can be even better and better and better and better. His next thing is in the moments like this, I want to see him vocal on the sidelines. I want to see, listen, you went spread right, 3-jet, all go to win the game on 4th and 11 on
That's
your
what we're
own
looking at
21.
right here on the screen, right?
And I'll tell you this, that discussion on the sideline, I will say this. They know from film study 100% when they go double mug and they know in this situation, they probably told Jalen, hey, historically 4th and 1, we did the 4th down cut-ups. Hey, they're going to double mug this. They're going to bail. We're going to put Saquon to the field. Kendricks is going to open to the field.
You got double mug here. I'm circling with my cursor. You got backers right here that are double mugged up in the A gaps. That's what Nick's talking about with double mug. They're making it look like they're bringing pressure. And if there's pressure like that, it wouldn't be cover 4. So they're disguising it pre-snap is what you're saying.
They're disguising it. But I have to believe with this that they're thinking, hey, they're going to bail. Because, I mean, Jalen doesn't seem too worried about it. And, I mean, if I get – and they have all go on. If they thought they were blitzing, they would have had, like, slants on or something. And anyway, they put Saquon to the field. They said, hey, we're going to put Saquon to the field because we know Kendricks is going to open up to the field, which he does open up to the field. Hey, this is going to get you – I mean, quarters is not great to have a bender anyway, but, hey, we're going to get you Dallas Goedert on a bender, and you're just going to fit it right in there. The problem was he didn't have any other answers. If you know it's going to be cover 4 soft coverage and you're going to take that, you need to put a 14-yard pivot outside, or you need to do a little alert thing and say, hey, just run a 14-yard pivot and if they collapse on Dallas right here. It's just a very simple, non-complex play. I mean, if you're going to do this too, maybe get some crossers coming to you, a shallow route. Like you're literally living or dying with a day one install play, a first play and 2-minute play. A play I scored on in my first preseason game play was double right or spread right, 3-jet all go. There's no juice in this play. There's no corner route. There's no dagger coming in. It is literally mano-a-mano, and I love that if you're good at that, but you have not been good at that all year.
Good stuff there by Nick Foles. I mean, Nick Foles. I could listen to Nick Foles. I didn't know he had that in him. I could listen to Nick Foles break down tape like all day long. I mean, somebody needs to hire Nick Foles. I know he's married to Tori Moore, played volleyball here. They've got young kids, so he probably doesn't want to be traveling around the country at this point in his life, being an analyst, but it's definitely there in his future if he wants to do it. He definitely has the capabilities to be an excellent analyst if he wanted to take that route and add to that Arizona Athletics broadcast tree. I mean, just great stuff.
I mean, Nick was a good, intelligent interview when he was on campus, right? And that usually translates through a playing career. You're just going to get more and more experience of how to read the game. I do know he's got the podcast, right? Like he and Evan Moore have the Season podcast.
That's Tori's brother, yeah.
Yeah, they started last year. And he's got an apparel line that also he started first, and the podcast came second. So that's the thing about modern media, DK, is we think in terms of, analysts following around the crews, city to city and all that. And you can get your foot in the door of that industry these days by simply being able to put your thoughts together, like we just heard, breaking things down. You don't necessarily have to go to a major network to do that anymore. So I just hope that he has success in this. And if he wants to, maybe when some of those young kids grow up, because clearly he wants to be a dad now. He's in his mid-30s.
Oh, yeah.
He just retired 16 months ago from the NFL. So, yeah, I'm sure being a dad is first and foremost in his mind. And doing the podcast.
And he can do that from his living room.
Exactly. You can do that from anywhere is a good, it's a way for him to hone those speaking skills and get more comfortable in breaking those things down in front of cameras, in front of a mic. So, yeah, he has a bright future if that's the future he so chooses.
Yeah, 37 years old. Happy birthday, Nick Foles. Again, just one of the fun guys that I've covered here now my 18 seasons with Arizona football for sure. All right, coming up. We'll give you our question of the day. Because we're continuing our series of questions concerning the transfer portal from last year. We did our first 4 guys on offense, who was most impactful. We've got another question out right now, another 4 guys who was most impactful. We'll flip that over to the defensive side because I think we've got through all the impactful offensive guys in these first 2 polls. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the top 4 vote getters from each side of the ball, and then we'll have the most impactful offensive player, overall most impactful defensive player from this last transfer portal class in 2025 that was ranked 14th out of 16 teams in the Big 12, but helped U of A to a 9-win season. All right, we've got hockey coming up tonight at the Tucson Arena. It is the San Diego Gulls, and it is the Tucson Roadrunners with face-off coming up at 7 o'clock. I mentioned the Roadrunners have won 7 of their last 9 games, but they haven't really gone anywhere in the standings because it's a really good Pacific Division so far this year. Speaking of the Roadrunners, Cricket is here. You cannot see her. Hold on one second.
Nobody needs to see me.
Wait.
It's fine.
There she is.
No.
There she is.
I'm kidding.
Don't be hiding from the people. The people like to see you, Cricket. Right there. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
She's got her blue, or back the blue line hat on today. When she's got her U of A, I think that's a U of A shirt. Yeah.
My vintage.
Got your vintage Arizona shirt on there. You are all just Tucsoned out. I love it. What do you got? You got something for the people.
I do.
What do you got?
Well, we finally got these boys headed in the right direction. So let's
we do.
Let's keep that train chugging
7
along.
of 9.
Yeah, let's keep the train moving. I've got a 4-pack to see
7 of 9. That was not 6 of 7.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
6,
I'm not on camera. I got to do that.
You got to do 6, 7. Yeah.
7 of 9 is not 6 of 7. Sorry.
You're hip. You're hip
I'm
with the
trying
kids.
to be
with the
hip
kids.
with the kids.
I've got a 4-pack to the Roadrunners game against Colorado on Saturday night, January 31st at the TCC. So,
okay.
January 31st, not this Saturday.
All right.
Let's do caller 2 at 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Caller 2, getting some ducats.
Ducats!
to see the Roadrunners take on Colorado. 4 ducats, in fact.
Okay.
So now you cannot have won anything from any of our stations in the last 30 days. So if you have
no
won
repeat
something,
callers.
Yes, please. No repeats right now. Just please hang up. Let someone else have a chance for some fun watching our guys on the ice at the end of the month. Go Roadrunners.
There you go. They'll be on the ice tonight and tomorrow against San Diego before they head back out onto the road. I think they've got a lengthy road stretch coming in because, of course, the Gem Show. We're in the Gem Show time of year here in southern Arizona, so they kind of have to vacate and go on the road for a little while. But it's good to go on the road with some momentum for sure.
Yes.
Okay, let's chat with Jose. You're on DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290. Jose, congratulations. You are going to see the Roadrunners.
Yay!
Cool, thank you.
Jose, how are you?
Good. Just getting off work.
All right, just getting off work. Okay, you want to tell the people where you work or no?
Amazon.
Amazon. Are you a driver?
No, I'm in the warehouse.
Okay, cool. Outstanding. You a hockey fan?
Yeah, of course.
Who's your favorite team?
The Roadrunners right now.
There you go. You got a favorite player?
No, not really.
Nah, okay. Who are you going to take?
The family.
The family. How many you got kids?
I got 3 kids.
3 kids.
And
Okay,
yes.
okay, it's 3 kids and your girlfriend? Is that what you're going to say?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah,
somebody's
so
not
we'll buy an extra one.
Okay, all right. So you'll buy an extra ticket. There you go. I was going to say somebody's not going
out.
Yeah, I was about to ask you which kid are you making stay home?
Jose's staying home.
You can stay in the car.
You can sit in the car. Yeah, you can just sit in the car. Give them their iPad. They'll, before they know it, 2.5 hours will be you'll be done.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Jose, stay on the line. J-Dub's going to get your information. Appreciate you calling. Enjoy the game coming up on the 31st.
All right, thank you.
All right, Jose Rodriguez is going to see the Roadrunners. Cricket is going home with you every 20 minutes on the 5.
And from the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Some slowing Campbell and Fort Lowell southbound and westbound due to road work. Crashes that are reported on Palo Verde near Aviation Parkway, Valencia west of I-19 at Calle Santa Cruz, Linda Vista and Thornydale, Carondelet and Wilmot, and also Golf Links and Kolb with eastbound slowing on Golf Links at Kolb. 42, the overnight low, 72, partly cloudy tomorrow, 60% chance of rain Friday and Saturday, and 71 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Audible. It's time to take care of you. Who better to help you than the top voices in well-being on Audible? Kickstart your well-being journey with your first audiobook free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com/wellbeing.
Here's a tale of Tina searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till Good RX wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Hot foot it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry. Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, Eugene, what's with the giant pile of scratcher tickets?
Just my next greatest idea ever.
Playing the lottery?
That's right, Doug. With all my winnings, I can enroll in the UberTube car repair classes and finally fix your car right. No more disasters, Doug. Your luck is about to change.
Well, then keep on scratching, Eugene.
Good luck, Eugene. But if you need a sure thing for your next set of tires or automotive repair, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. With more than 35 Top Shop awards and our Partners Network 3-year nationwide warranty, you can count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care.
And check out this month's special savings.
You'll find an entire page of them online at jackfurriers.com. Savings on tires, oil changes, batteries, wheel alignments, and more.
So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just stop by any of our 14 area locations.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, here to get you there.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
As the new year begins, Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing would like to thank you for allowing us to serve Tucson and the surrounding communities for the past 25 years. Whether it is a small water leak or a full air conditioning replacement, we do it all, big or small. For professional service, call Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at picturoxcooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
The holidays are over, and right now is the best time to start your home renovation project. At the Window Depot, you get factory direct prices, no installers, no middleman, and serious savings. Windows, doors, cabinets, countertops, all in stock and ready to take home today. Perfect for DIYers and contractors who want to save thousands and get materials fast. New year, new projects at the lowest prices. Shop online at thewindowdepot.com or visit a location near you.
Broadway in Tucson presents the 20th anniversary season featuring 7 Tucson premieres, including Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Hell's Kitchen, Moulin Rouge, The Wiz, Back to the Future, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and more. Secure your signature season tickets today and get the best seats at the lowest prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your 2025-2026 season tickets today.
Hey, I'm Chris Van Vliet. This is Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Go behind the scenes and beyond the headlines with people like John Cena.
That's where Never Give Up comes from. I wasn't Brock. I wasn't Roman. I wasn't Dwayne. I was last.
And the biggest names in pro wrestling and beyond.
It's a legitimate interview.
This is Insight with
Chris Van Vliet!
Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
I'm Taylor Bisciotti with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Big news coming out of Miami, where NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport is reporting that the Dolphins have agreed to a 5-year deal with Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley to become the next head coach. Hafley is widely considered as one of the league's premier defensive minds after spending the last 2 seasons in charge of Green Bay's defense. In his first year as DC for the Packers, they finished 6th in points allowed and 5th in yards allowed. And it's the end of an era in Buffalo. Less than 48 hours after the Bills lost to the Broncos in the AFC divisional round, Sean McDermott has been let go. The 51-year-old head coach spent the last 9 seasons in Buffalo, compiling a 98-50 record, which included 8 playoff appearances and 5 straight AFC East titles. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Refresh your bathroom with big savings at Lowe's. Reimagine your bathroom with up to 40% off select faucets during our Bath Savings event. Need it today? Order by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Shop for your bathroom refresh at Lowe's. We help, you save. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Same-day delivery on eligible in-stock items, subject to availability. Fees vary. Visit Lowes.com/same-day delivery for full terms.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. So we were talking about Nick Foles, and I don't know if you saw the tweet that Nick put out, because obviously one of the big things that happened this past weekend was the Broncos in their win over the Bills losing their starting quarterback, Bo Nix, for the rest of the playoffs due to a broken ankle. Jarrett Stidham is going to be the first quarterback since Roger Staubach to make his first start of the season in a championship game.
How'd that turn out?
Not good for Roger Staubach. No, Now, eventually it turned out good
Eventually,
for Roger Staubach, but it didn't turn out good for him than the Cowboys that day. So Nick Foles sent out this tweet. Says, note for the Broncos and their fans. I know it's been an emotional 24 hours. I feel for Bo Nix, quarterback, and the team, and I'm sending prayers for a strong recovery. A positive note going into the game versus the Patriots is that they struggle against backup quarterbacks in championship-type games. Now, that, of course, is a reference to Nick Foles being the backup quarterback who led the Eagles to a Super Bowl championship. We played the Philly special play earlier in honor of Nick Foles' 37th birthday today, a Super Bowl that they won against the Patriots. So essentially he's saying, hey, I was a backup. I beat the Patriots in a Super Bowl. Jarrett Stidham is a backup. He can beat the Patriots in the AFC Championship.
Okay, but paradox.
Nick Foles. I mean, not only can he break down tape, but he's got jokes too.
Okay, but herein lies the paradox, though. Did not the Patriots dynasty start with a backup coming in for their injured quarterback?
Right.
Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
that's
how that all started.
Drew Bledsoe, absolutely. Absolutely. There you go. So there's more history to add on to that.
It sucks, man. I mean, you got a rookie quarterback. You exceeded expectations, and then on a play like that in overtime, right? As you're driving to win, you lose for the season. Obviously, I think Nick's speaking more to the fan base themselves, because what a crushing injury at the very end of a promising run, right?
Yeah.
And who knows what's going to end up happening? Game hasn't been played yet, but I understand Coach Foles, yeah. Nick Foles coming out and giving that kind of message, tongue-in-cheek as it was, just because, man, you got to feel for a fan base like that when you get close and then you lose such a big cog right on the precipice of playing in title game.
A lot of things happening today in sports, J-Dub. You mentioned earlier off the air that Bill Self is out of tonight's game between Kansas and Colorado.
Initially, the news was that he was feeling, quote, under the weather. And out of an abundance of precaution, he went to the hospital, got some IVs, got checked out. He says he's feeling better. He says he's feeling fine today. But he did not make the trip to Colorado. And his assistant, Jacques Vaughn, who was a former head coach himself in the NBA, obviously famously a player for the Jayhawks. Arizona saw a lot of Jacques Vaughn during his time on campus there. He's taking over the play calling duties for the Jayhawks tonight versus the Colorado Buffalo.
There you go. So Jacques Vaughn will get the assignment there. Also hearing that Jimmy Butler has torn his ACL and is likely going to be out for the season for the Warriors.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, so that's tough go there for him and for that club. His first full season with Golden State after being traded over there late in the year at the deadline last year. So we'll see what happens with them as they move forward.
Good news for fans of Jonathan Kuminga, though, because he's been in the doghouse. There was a lot of rumors over the summer if he would even be a Golden State Warrior. He's if you don't know, he's an ultra athletic, 23-year-old, 6'7" guy, which shows a lot of upside, a lot of promise. Got like a 50-inch vertical. A lot of fans see him as being a piece. And Coach Kerr doesn't like the fact that he throws the ball out of bounds more often than he throws it to his teammates. He doesn't like his team style, but with Jimmy Butler out, Kuminga is on the trading block, and it's good for him and his camp because they've been trying to get in the rotation again after being in the doghouse, and Kuminga is going to pick up a lot of those Jimmy Butler minutes, and what that will do, DK, is put on film what his suitors want from him, because very likely he's not going to be with the Warriors much longer, but it'll give an opportunity, because I think it was the 15th he was eligible to be traded again. That was 5 days ago. So he's got one of those, he had one of those midseason no trade situations based on when he signed. So we'll see how that all winds up. But definitely more minutes for Jonathan Kuminga, which will make some people out there happy because they are complaining. All you see is complaints. When's Kuminga getting in? When's Kuminga getting in?
The transfer portal closed up on Friday for business in college football. The Wildcats did some pretty good damage in that transfer portal. So right now, nothing changed in terms of the ranking for the Wildcats. They have the 7th best transfer portal class, as rated by On3 in the Big 12 behind Texas Tech, Houston, BYU, West Virginia, Oklahoma State, and Colorado. So the 7th best class thus far with the haul that they brought in. And again, it's a pretty interesting class of guys, a lot of tight ends in this class, which, again, that's going to make our guy Glenn Howes, we talked about on Friday, pretty happy. They've got some skill players, wide receivers. They went heavy on defensive backs again because they're losing. Guys like Aiden Garnes are not going to be back next year, and so they got to replace Marquise Gross-Killebrew. Went into the portal, so they got to get some cornerbacks as well. Malcolm Hartstag is a transfer from Nebraska. Again, you like the schools. You like some of these schools that they're getting kids from. They're getting kids. They got a kid from BYU on the offensive line, Jake Griffin out of Mesa. So that's a big get. You get another kid, defensive back, Dalen Austin, out of Long Beach Poly. That's a football factory in Southern California. He was at Oregon. He's coming down here to play at the University of Arizona. So they signed a kicker to compete with Michael Salgado Medina, Ryan Harris out of Washington State. So we'll see. We'll see how all these kids transpire. But right now, it's a pretty nicely reviewed class according to On3. Now, how does it compare to last year's class? And that's what our question of the day is surrounding today. It's our second installment of who was the most impactful player out of the 2025 transfer portal class. Head on over right now to Wildcats Radio 1290, or Wildcats 1290, I should say, our Twitter account, and you can vote in the current poll we have up. So this is the second set of 4 on the offensive side of the ball. The 4 we're giving you today: Javen Nunu-Watley, Ty Buchanan, Luke Wysong, and Trey Spivey. Now, obviously, 3 of those were wide receivers, but, we got to kind of space them the way that they're spaced. But those are the 4 guys. Which of those 4 guys was the most impactful offensive player this past season for a 9-4 Arizona team? Javen Nunu-Watley, Ty Buchanan, offensive tackle, played mostly left tackle for this team. Luke Wysong, wide receiver and punt returner. Trey Spivey, wide receiver for Arizona. Head on over right now to Twitter. You can vote in that poll at Wildcats 1290. It's the second of our polls on the transfer class. The first one, I'll let you know, the voting came in the first poll, and that was one we had Kiana DeCambra, Ishmael Mahdi, Chris Hudson, Tristan Bounds. And the top vote getter in that poll was Kiana DeCambra, the center for the Arizona Wildcats this past year. The transfer from the University of Hawaii was voted the most impactful of the 4 offensive players we had in our first poll. It was Kiana DeCambra, Chris Hudson second, Ishmael Mahdi third, Tristan Bounds fourth. Tristan Bounds was the right tackle primarily this season for Arizona. Got hurt towards the end of the season, but will get a medical red shirt and have an opportunity to come back. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 offensive these. We're going to take the top 2 vote getters from these 2. We're going to take the top 4 from these 8 to come up with, or maybe we'll just take the top 2 and come up with the one guy who is the most impactful on the offensive side, and then we'll flip it over and we'll do, however many guys we can fit into polls on the defensive side as well, to kind of get a grasp on who you thought were the most impactful of last year's transfer portal class for Arizona. Again, a class that was ranked 14th in the Big 12, but was much, much better than advertised, as the Wildcats finished with 9 wins this past season. 520-848-1290 is the number. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We want to hear from you. Still ahead. We did pretty well this weekend on our Westwood One Sports top plays. We'll get into that. And we've also got an NBA play, I think, for you for tonight. We'll dive into that as well. DK on the sports tip. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions at a reported Valencia west of I-19 Valencia and Calle Santa Cruz, Carondelet and Wilmot, Linda Vista and Thornydale. Also had that earlier wreck at Golf Links and Kolb Road and Golf Links. And some slowing northbound Palo Verde at Irvington due to road work. 42 the overnight low, 72 partly cloudy tomorrow, and 71 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Duke's Mayo. Duke's, it's got twang.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, Eugene, what's with the giant pile of scratcher tickets?
Just my next greatest idea ever.
Playing the lottery?
That's right, Doug. With all my winnings, I could enroll in the UberTube car repair classes and finally fix your car right. No more disasters, Doug. Your luck is about to change.
Well, then keep on scratching, Eugene.
Good luck, Eugene. But if you need a sure thing for your next set of tires or automotive repair, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. With more than 35 Top Shop awards and our Partners Network 3-year nationwide warranty, you can count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care.
And check out this month's special savings.
You'll find an entire page of them online at jackfurriers.com. Savings on tires, oil changes, batteries, wheel alignments, and more.
So call ahead and make an appointment online or just stop by any of our 14 area locations.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, here to get you there.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Shuts down. The games light up. This is BetMGM Tonight with Brett.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Well, this was probably the most exciting play of the NFL weekend. It didn't result in a win, however.
4th and 4 at the Ram 14. And in the gun is the quarterback, Caleb Williams. Looks into the nickel. Arms outstretched. 4th down and 4. 14 of the Rams. Shotgun snap. Goes back 4. 4-man rush. He's chased. He's flushed. He's all the way back to the 40. He's backpedaling and throws a pass into the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Touchdown! Chicago has caught a touchdown pass with Cole Kmet open in the corner. If you hadn't seen it, you would not believe it.
It was just an unbelievable play by Caleb Williams with the game on the line and the Bears down to their final shot to basically throw that ball backing up into the end zone to Cole Kmet for the touchdown, forced overtime. But unfortunately for the Bears and Bears fans out there, and I know there are a lot of you, Caleb Williams would throw an interception in overtime, and the Rams went down and won the game by a score of 30, I believe it was 30.
31-27.
Yeah, 31-27 was the final in that game. Some great games this weekend on the NFL side as we get to championship weekend. We'll have both games, AFC championship, NFC championship games for you coming up on Sunday.
31-27 was the Bears' first game. They lost 20-17 versus the Rams.
Yeah, 20. Yeah. I thought it was a lower scoring game than that.
Yeah, they couldn't put up. I mean, if you look at that first game they played, they scored 25 in the fourth quarter. That's how they beat the Packers. That's how they, squeaked out that 31-27 win over the Packers. But they just couldn't get really any scoring done versus that Rams defense, as most teams don't.
Broncos are on to the AFC Championship. They beat the Bills in overtime 33-30, cost Sean McDermott his job. That was another wacky ending, a play that many thought the receiver was down. But again, the rule by rule, you've got to continue. There's continuation of the play. You've got to possess the ball through the ground. And it ended up being an interception for the Broncos, and they went down and kicked the game-winning field goal on the Bills in that one. The only game that really wasn't much, obviously, was the Seahawks 49ers game, as Seattle just absolutely blew out San Francisco, winning by 5 touchdowns in that game on Saturday night. So how did we do in our Westwood One Sports top plays? So what we did, again, what we're doing is we're flipping what the betting people tell us to do, because we're losing so much with them. So we parlayed 2 of the bets they gave us on the over-unders for the Bears, Rams, and the Seahawks 49ers games. And then we bet straight on the Rams and Seahawks games as well. So they told us take the Bears over the Rams. We flipped that, took the Rams over the Bears. The Rams were heavily favorite in that game. It was on the money line. It was minus 200. So we didn't win a whole lot on that bet right there. For our $12.90 bet, we won $6.45 because the Rams were such a heavy favorite in that game. And then they told us to take the 49ers over the Seahawks. We flipped that and took the Seahawks minus 7 over the 49ers. So we ended up winning $11.73 on that bet right there. Then we parlayed the over-unders in those 2 games. The Bears-Rams, the over-under was 48.5. The Seahawks 49ers, the over-under was 45. So we hit on the Bears-Rams game under 48.5, that 20-17 final, so that's 37. However, the Seahawks scored late and messed us up on that parlay, because the final in that game, obviously 41-6. So it just cleared over 47. So we missed the under 45 on that game right there. So 2 out of 3 on the weekend. Not too shabby. We'll take that. All right. I think we actually do. We haven't had a lot of midweek plays or tonight plays in this new iteration of the Westwood One Sports Network, where they've taken over the BetMGM play of the day. But I think we do have one tonight in the NBA. Let's hear it.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books at Westwood One Sports. Rockets host the Spurs, and San Antonio is playing a back-to-back after beating the Jazz at home. It's also the third game in 4 nights for the Spurs, and the way the Rockets have been playing defense lately, I think they put a dent into San Antonio's special season. And Alperen Şengün has been a beast in his last 5 games since coming back from a small ankle injury. He's averaging 20, 10, and 5 on 50% shooting in those games. I'll lay the points with the Rockets. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so we've got tonight, we have got the Spurs playing in the NBA. Again, you heard the man say back-to-back. And again, one of the teams that's playing extremely well so far this season in this, as we hit the midway point. The Spurs are 30-13. We've officially passed the 41-game mark. And they are 17 games over 500 are the Spurs as they go in to face the Rockets tonight. That game will be on national TV coming up here at 6 o'clock. Now, the news from last night is that you heard Pat Boy mention they are coming off a back-to-back, and they won last night over the Jazz, 123-110, was the play of one Carter Bryant.
Swinging around, Carter Bryant for 3. Carter Bryant moving Kevin Love out of the way. Harper inside, Cornette, one more, and there's the dunk for Carter Bryant. Turned over, Fox looking for an option, Carter Bryant!
Career high for Carter Bryant last night, 11. He only played 14 minutes in that game last night, but he had 11 points on 4-5. He nailed a 3, knocked down both his free throws, 11 points, 3 rebounds, had a turnover and a steal, blocked a couple of shots. Not a bad performance. His previous career high was 10. That came in a loss earlier this season to the Suns. But getting 11 and a game in which the Spurs win on the road, or I should say at home, against the lowly Jazz, 123-110. After the ball game, let's hear from Carter Bryant on his career high performance in the NBA. 11 points.
Felt good. I think it's just part of the process. Yeah, absolutely. I just believe in myself too much. I work too hard. It's missed dunks. It's not going to be the end of the world. I could have missed 6 more tonight, and I would have been like, oh, well, guess I'm bald. But no, but it was good to definitely see a few go through. I think just we owed Utah one. Obviously, we lost them last time we were here, so just winning took the biggest precedent.
The one you got from off the lob from Fox, what was the degree of difficulty on that one in transition?
No, like a 2. I didn't think he was going to throw it. I didn't think he was going to throw it at all, but, sometimes, he trusts me, so, yeah, it was good.
How does it test your, obviously all you guys are confident, but how does it test your confidence when you are finding yourself, especially at this level in the NBA, your first year, going through certain struggles here and there? Like, how were you able to just work through some of that stuff mentally?
I think you have to take the good the same way you take the bad, and take the bad the same way you take the good. Basketball is a game of learning and growing. There's no basketball player that's going to be perfect. There's a lot of guys that are really good at basketball and get paid a lot of money that didn't even see the floor their first 2-3 years. Like, for example, like Rashard Lewis. He's my developmental coach, and he didn't see the floor for his first 3 years of his career. His 3rd year, he got an opportunity, and he turned out to be a hell of a player. Played 16 years, multiple-time All-Star. Made a lot of money playing this game. So I think just understanding it's going to take time. It's a process, not rushing it. Everybody gets so fixated on wanting to see results immediately. And I'm not going to lie, I've been there before. I've definitely went home, been frustrated, and just had all these emotions like, I'm working my tail off. Why isn't it showing? But it's nice to get games like this every once in a while, see the ball go through. But, just providing whatever the team needs.
I don't know if you saw, but after your dunk, Cornette celebrated. What's that like? Obviously have all those teammates behind you and see them, want to support you.
Yeah, I'm blessed. Not everybody gets to get drafted or selected to a team that has guys that support each other constantly through thick and thin, no matter what they're going through personally. So I'm grateful for it. Luke, A-tier celebrations. So it's good stuff.
You mentioned some of those nights going home frustrated and, wanting to keep trusting the process. How did you take yourself from that mindset to, I want to keep working and keep trusting that process?
I think it all stems to what your goal is. At the end of the day, what is your goal? I think I've said it multiple times. I truly, believe that I'm going to be one of the best players in this league, a top 5 guy in this league. So just understand it's not going to happen overnight. Like, basketball is basketball. There's going to be some days you could do everything perfect and everybody else could do everything perfect too. So sometimes it's not going to go your way. You could have great footwork. You could follow through, do everything you thought to the best of your abilities. And sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way or the ball doesn't go in. So, like I said, just trusting the process and taking the good like you take the bad and taking the bad like you take the good. It's one of those things you just want to keep getting better, and you can't. Compliments and things of that nature, that takes away from you. That takes away from you learning and growing. So taking the bad and looking at it for what it is and having honesty around you is something I'm very grateful for, because from my teammates to my camp at home, like, they're constantly honest with me.
You play next to a guy who a lot of people consider a top 5 player in the league. You're not quite as tall as him, so I'm curious, what do you think you can do to be on that kind of level of player, and what do you see of, like, the work it takes to be that kind of guy?
I think I could be the second best defender in the world, because, it's hard to be the best defender in the world when a guy is 7'5" and can move like a monster out there. So just being an elite defender, being able to make shots at a high level, and just being able to win. I think people underestimate the value of winning. Winning overshadows a lot. If you can win at a high level, everything else is going to take care of itself. So obviously, like, things like ball handling, shot making, those things are going to come eventually. But being able to win at the highest level and win consistently, I think.
As much as the goal is to stay even keel, Carter, like, for you, can a night like tonight kind of serve as a kind of a reset? Like the dunk thing is gone now, and you can just kind of, just wondering if you can kind of, there's a flipping the switch, however you want to phrase it, you can kind of start looking toward other things now.
No, I think I approach it the same exact way. Because you never know. I could walk in the next game and get a DNP. I could walk in the next game and I could score even more points, or I could play terribly. So understanding, like, this isn't the end-all be-all. You never want to treat anything like it's the end-all be-all. So just staying consistent with my approach and my mentality.
All right, that is Carter Bryant after the game last night. J-Dub, he had a couple of dunks in that game, so we know he can do that at this level.
Well, come on. That was the joke for the longest time. He did miss a dunk. He got sent down to the G League. But the truth is that he just turned 20. And anybody, like, tracking what Carter's doing this year, it's not about this year. It's not about next year. It's about 2, 3, 4 years from now. And the reason I say that is because the Spurs are a great organization. They bring a lot of their players along slowly because they don't need to bring them along fast when they're a winning team. And right now they've got Keldon Johnson and they've got Harrison Barnes, who are both small forwards, who with a crazy amount of experience in this league. Both guys, that's the starter and your backup. Not to mention that's you hear about the Spurs, what do you think of? You think Victor Wembanyama, but he's been injured and in and out and on a minutes restriction. So it's really not Victor Wembanyama who's led this Spurs team to a 30-13 record. It's their backcourt. De'Aaron Fox has played all year. Stephen Castle was last year's Rookie of the Year. He's an amazing two-way player. Devin Vassell obviously is on that list. So there's a lot of skill in the backcourt, and all Carter Bryant needs to do is focus on his P's and Q's, continue to develop his defensive intensity, his one-on-one defense, which is how he's going to get minutes in the NBA, and knock down open threes. The biggest issue for Carter right now is he's super inconsistent on his jump shot. So if he just spends his time in the practice gym, DK, knocking down open threes, he's going to have a spot in this rotation on a very good Spurs team. He'll be getting spot 5 minutes here, 8 minutes there, but he's not going to be a rotational player this year, probably not even going to be a rotational player next year. He's so young, just turned 20. He is the 15th youngest player currently in the NBA. So he's got a lot of growing to do, but the upside, I could definitely see Carter Bryant being an all-star level player when he finally comes into his own and is consistent, where his handle's a little bit loose, but his defensive intensity and on-ball pressure is great, and he's such a freak athlete. We only saw that a couple of times here on campus at the U of A, DK, but even just in Summer League, watching him come off of his man to affect shots at the rim, it's such a premium in the NBA because it's either threes. You got to be able to move your feet to stay with three-point shooters. You got to be able to challenge guys at the rim because it's all at the rim or threes. And Carter Bryant can do both. He can move his feet with the smaller player. He can challenge guys trying to dunk at the rim. So his long-term defensive outlook is so bright, and he just needs to be consistent with his outside shot. needs to listen to his coaching staff and just listen to all those veterans in the locker room.
Yeah, but fortunately for him, that game he went down, he only went down for one game to the G League before being called back up. So good to see him, though. Good to see him, though, kind of find a little bit of action there in a game, in a game that the Spurs won in the early part of his NBA career for sure. So the BetMGM people say take the Rockets and lay the 4.5 tonight. We'll flip that. We'll take the Spurs and the 4.5 and see if we can get some money off that. 4.5 plus 4.5 at minus 115. So
if you are
$11,
a sad boy out there, girl, because football ended, just go watch the Rockets play, because that's about as close to football as you're going to see on a basketball court. No, I'm not kidding. Like Sengun, Eamon Thompson, Jabari Smith, all those guys, and their coach, Ime Udoka. I mean, he basically wants his guys to MMA on every play. So, yeah, that's a very, very physical team the Spurs are playing tonight.
25-5 are the Spurs on the season, having another solid season after they were the number 2 seed in the Western Conference playoffs last year. DK on the sports tip. Hour number 2 is in the books. We still have one more hour to go with you. If you're headed down to Arizona women's basketball tonight, tip off in about an hour. We want to hear from you today at 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Let us know what you are anticipating. U of A, Kansas, 2 games maybe, 2 games possibly. Arizona might have a shot to win this week. The Kansas team that comes in having lost 4 in a row, and the next team on the horizon is an Iowa State team that has fallen in 5 straight games. It'll be the reunion of the Wildcats and Jada Williams coming up Saturday in Ames. But first, you got to take care of business tonight against the Jayhawks at McHale Center. 6 o'clock tip-off. You can hear it over on Freedom 1400. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Backups westbound Speedway Boulevard, backed up from Main Avenue to almost to nearly Euclid Avenue. Also slowing for traffic on Campbell at Grant and northbound Tucson Boulevard approaching Grant Road for slowing. Earlier collisions, Carondelet and Wilmot. Linda Vista and Thornydale, also Valencia west of I-19. 42, the overnight low, 72, partly cloudy tomorrow, 60% chance of rain on Friday and Saturday, and 70 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by the YMCA. Hey, Tucson. At the YMCA, strangers become workout buddies and goals become reality. Because when it comes to wellness, there's truly no place like this place. Join today at ymca.org/nearme.
Do you need your home repiped? Having trouble with your water heater? Leaking toilet? Have you ever thought about an instant recorded seweroscopy? Then call Economy Plumbing Service at 885-3510. Because if water goes through it or to it, we do it. Economy Plumbing, 885-3510.
AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall is your premier automotive destination in town. Explore the new 2025 Honda models and extensive collection of pre-owned vehicles. Experience no-hassle financing and our no-haggle one-price selection. Visit AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall today.
Progressive knows life takes you in many directions.
Bear right at exit 32, then begin to wonder why you never bought a fish tank. In 1.3 miles, you'll realize you've been mispronouncing epitome your whole life. At the roundabout, you will remember you said something at dinner you wish you hadn't, and will think about it for decades. You have arrived at your destination, but it turns out there really is no destination, and life just keeps going.
Wherever life takes you, protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
En garde! Ever wanted to try an Olympic sport but think you're too old, too out of shape, too busy, or that those sports are just too unsafe? Think again. Fencing is taking the nation by storm, and it's a safe, fun, engaging sport that's perfect for everyone. Any age, any skill level. Classes are safe, active, engaging, and community-driven. No experience needed, and most clubs offer loaner gear for beginners. Learn more and find beginner classes near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing.
From work to errands to family life, your car takes a beating. At Recon Auto Detailing, we don't just protect it, we maintain it.
They installed my ceramic coating in shop, and now their mobile team keeps it looking brand new, right in my driveway.
Ceramic coatings, PPF, tint, all installed professionally at Recon Auto Detailing. And with our mobile detailing, we keep that fresh, protected look mile after mile. One-stop shop, zero hassle. That's Recon Auto Detailing, Ceramic Pro West, Tucson.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
There's a Visa credit card out there that gets you $300 cash back, up to 4 times the points on purchases, and comes from your trusted credit union. Buyers rejoice. The ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card does it all and rewards it all. For nights in, out, and everything in between, there's only one card to reach for. Apply today. $300 cash back when you spend $1,000 a month for the first 3 months after opening the card. Visit ICCU.com/rewards for complete terms and conditions. On approved credit.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Tune to DK on the Sports Tip weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
The college football season came to an end last night. Dramatics down in Miami, Florida.
The biggest and brightest stage awaits. Welcome to Miami and the College Football Playoff National Championship. Quick throw across the middle, catch made, and running after it is Cooper. Cooper breaking tackles out across the 45. Yards after the catch. 54 yards. Indiana, the quarterback, bleeding a little bit, draws first blood in this game. The Hoosiers, 12-play drive. Pressure comes. Beck's going to be wrapped up and sacked by Aiden Fisher, the captain and emotional leader of this Indiana defense. And the Hoosiers are flexing. They hand it off to the fullback / tight end, and he powers in. Touchdown, Indiana. A dominant start here for the number 1 team. 5-yard gain anytime. Great job corralling number 10, not letting him get loose. Fletcher breaks free. Mark Fletcher in the foot race. Miami touchdown. Dylan Joyce back on. Blocked. Indiana blocks the punt and falls on it for a touchdown. Isaiah Jones on the recovery. 7 O-linemen and a tight end. Fletcher walks in. Miami touchdown. What a response. Campbell, a lot of coaches would punt Miami deep. Mendoza, ball in his hands. Sideline pitch. Becker comes back to make a catch. They've done that a million times. Get to the 8. He's going to take off and run. Mendoza weaves his way first and goal. Diving toward the end zone. Touchdown! That's where he won the Heisman Trophy. Back again, delivers across the middle. It's Tony. Malachi Tony splitting defenders and weaving his way deep deep into Hoosier territory. And just like that, with 2 plays, Miami's still in the hunt. On the pitch, Tony breaks free. Malachi Tony spinning, scoring! Is there a more exciting player in this sport? Beck steps up, delivers downfield, intercepted! Jamari Sharp makes the pick that will clinch Indiana's first national championship.
Losing his teams in college football history at the start of the year to now the national champions.
A century of futility is forgotten. The Indiana Hoosiers are the kings of college football.
Champions, your Indiana Hoosiers, 27-21 over the Miami Hurricanes in the college football playoff national championship game. How about the fact that two guys that combined for minus 7 yards rushing scored both touchdowns for Indiana? Riley Nowakowski scored on a 1 yard run, and then Fernando Mendoza with his wild run there that will go down in history. I mean, that's one of those plays that will go down in lore at the University of Indiana. It's just incredible to think where that program came from to win a national championship. It is one of the greatest stories, I think, in all of sports. I mean, we've seen a lot of great teams. We've seen teams win. We've seen other teams that have gone from not being good to winning national championships. But I don't think we've ever seen anything like the Indiana Hoosiers and what they did going 16-0. And I still was not a believer until about the second game of the college football playoff that they were actually a real team and could get this done. But what Curt Cignetti has done is a blueprint, and I'm anxious to kind of find out more about the blueprint for how they've done this at Indiana and how other schools that are along the lines of an Indiana can parlay this type of success into football and into being amongst the best teams in college.
The
football.
problem with that, DK, is there's no formula outside of perfection. Do you know how many fumbles Indiana lost this year?
Not a lot. I know
One in the first quarter of the first game.
Not a lot,
they went 15 games and 3 quarters without losing a single fumble. Number 1 in turnover margin in the nation, you know who's number 2? Arizona. The difference is Indiana is number 3 in scoring offense and number 3 in scoring defense. So I think the stat was 74th talent pool of players coming into the season. This is not a group of players who are at the start of the year. We're projected to have a bunch of first and second round NFL draft picks. You have to just point directly towards the coaching staff and Curt Cignetti right at the top, because what they really do is focus on the controllables, right? They focus on the things you play great all the time, you play good all the time, and then you make those great plays when your team really needs them, like a 4th and 5 from the 12 when you scramble and find a way to get into the end zone. So I think that team of destiny or whatever, I mean, it's interesting to me watching them play, especially in these pressure-filled games the last few weeks. They really just have stepped up. Individual players, DK. We talk about what it takes to build a 50, 60-man roster.
Yeah.
But it really boils down to Genesis Smith not getting behind having a defender get by him, right, for an 80-yard score, which happened twice this year. 2 big mistakes, maybe the only mistakes that he made all year long. But those individuals, taking care of your individual assignments, that's what happened at Indiana this year, is a whole bunch of guys taking their own personal jobs very seriously. Because, again, I mean, how do you describe what they did? They blocked punts, they intercepted the ball, and they just did not give it up. And their offense and defense, their defensive line made that Miami defensive line of 6'6" through 6'9", 350-pound guys look slow. It was a lot of speed is what they were doing to that line. So I don't think that this is a repeatable formula. You can just look at what Indiana did over the offseason and say Arizona's next. But it really boils down to those individuals on the team taking their personal responsibilities to heart. Because if you don't have running backs who don't fumble the ball, if you have running backs, DK, who keep the rock and don't give it to the opponent, it's much easier to win games. And like I said, it's been forever since a team won 15 games without giving up a fumble along their path to this title. That's what Indiana did. One more note. Did you guys know that Indiana has the most losses of any Power 4 team in the country?
Yeah. That's why it's such a great story.
They started the year with the most. Northwestern squeaked past them this season because Indiana didn't lose any games. So Indiana now has the second most losses, 715 losses for their program all time, a 42 winning percentage, lowest winning percentage among Power 4. The story, DK, to me is
3 bowl wins.
Yeah, the story to me is if you get the right head coach and you get a lot of buy-in and the players to a man buy into that system and play for the name on the front of the jersey, you can have a situation like happened at Indiana. But it was because they were perfect. They basically played a perfect season. A couple of those games, DK, if they're upside down on the turnover margin, they probably don't win some of those closer games. So 16-0 due to having a guy, under center who clearly is that dude. I mean, you saw him get his lip bloodied 2 plays into the game and shook it off like it was nothing. It obviously requires skill and poise at the quarterback position, and then a very solid defense, very solid offense. But more than anything, just limiting your mistakes. And I think that's the way Indiana found their way to the title.
And it's just incredible that they did it with so many guys that followed Curt Cignetti from JMU. Because, again, JMU's a lower Division I school. I mean, it's not like 13 guys followed Curt Cignetti from another Power 4 conference school. I mean, these are guys that were recruited to play at JMU, James Madison University, and transferred to Indiana and were able to step up and be big-time players on that stage. I mean, that speaks a lot to the formula that Curt Cignetti had going on there in terms of the types of guys he wanted playing for him and the system that he had in place to make them successful, that they could say, okay, we're going to take guys who were good on this level, JMU, which is FCS, if I'm not mistaken, and step up and be able to win big on the Power 4 conference level in the college football playoff.
Kind of like Deion's first year in Boulder.
Yeah. Yep, that's true. Yeah, they took a lot of those kids from Jackson State and were able to get it done at a high level in Division I college football. Fun to see. Would love to see if that's something, again, I mean, we've been talking about it a little bit over the course of the last few weeks. Could that scenario happen here? I mean, another basketball school, Indiana, who's known for hoops, but all of a sudden has become a football power. Now, granted, Indiana has a huge alumni. I don't know if I would imagine maybe their alumni is bigger than the alumni base at the University of Arizona. I don't know that for fact. But obviously, I know a lot of folks that went to Indiana. In my life, growing up in the Midwest, it's a very popular school in the Midwest. I understand that their undergraduate admissions, which you'll see this a lot of times when you get a football program do well the next year, your freshman admissions goes up. I understand theirs went up 65% this last fall, just based off what they did last year. And so you can imagine what that freshman enrollment is going to be like next year from all the kids that are watching or watched what happened over the course of the last 2 years and say, yeah, I want to go be a part of that fandom. I want to go be a part of that and what's happening in Bloomington, Indiana, and all those. I mean, Legion, they literally in that semifinal, they literally took over that stadium, the Peach Bowl down in Atlanta. It was literally like 70% Indiana alums down there for that game. And it continued. It was loud and was raucous for both sides, obviously Miami being a home game. But yeah, that fan base energized like it's never been energized before. All my Indiana people coming out of the woodworks and showing and wearing their colors. I'm like, well, why weren't you wearing those colors 6 years ago? Now you're wearing them quite a bit. 520-848-1290. Before we go to break, let's hear from Dana. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona. DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Is this Dana
first
Cooper?
Of all, I'd like to Yes, sir, it is.
Dana,
Yes,
great to hear from you.
Well, thanks for a good show. First of all, I'd like to point out that my alma mater, Montana State, won the FCS national championship.
Oh, don't remind
about
me.
10 days ago.
I went to
So
I went to high school in Normal, Illinois, so I was cheering for Illinois State in that game.
Well, I had to throw that out there. I've got a great deal of respect for Nick Saban, obviously as a coach, and I really have enjoyed him as an analyst on ESPN. But one of the things that I enjoyed the most about this playoff was seeing him be wrong on Indiana 3 weeks in a row. He picked against them every time, and then it's understandable going into the Alabama game. I mean, obviously he was going to choose the tie. But after Indiana crushed Alabama, you could almost just see the hubris there that he just couldn't bring himself to pick what was obviously the best team in the country. And imagine the feedback and the hate that he would have gotten from the Alabama fans. And the SEC network had he chosen against the SEC. So I guess as much as I like the guy and admire him, I really enjoyed him being wrong 3 weeks in a row.
Did you just steal Tommy Lloyd's term hubris there, Dana Cooper?
I had no idea if he used it or not.
He
but,
did.
If he did, I'd be happy to loan him my word.
He did last week in a press conference.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, like what we were talking about there. I mean, 13 guys came over, 7 guys remained from that squad last year of JMU guys to be able to come from Harrisonburg, Virginia, and into that type of environment and be able to play at that level, including the young man that blocked the kick. Like we were talking about, their ability to be big on special teams. So Mikhail Kamara, he's one of those guys that came over from James Madison.
It reminds me too, DK, a little bit about finding the right guys. Or they're not the 4- and 5-star recruits necessarily. And as a reminder, if you go into take a look at the Wall of Fame and the two of the current members of the coaching staff, the greatest players in Arizona history, Chuck Cecil, not a blue chip recruit. His coach told him to keep his shirt on when the college coaches came to Helix High School because they saw how scrawny he was. He'd never get an offer. And Teddy Bruschi, Dick Tomey said he had to recruit Teddy where the buses don't run. So those guys are out there. And if you find the guys that have the right motor with the right character and the right drive, that's the makings of what Curt Cignetti has done.
It is. It is. It's been fun to watch for sure, and it's great for college football. That and like people have said, you get bored watching Alabama play Georgia every year. It's good to have some new blood in there. It's great to see Vanderbilt, having some success. Another school that for years was a doormat in the SEC, and for them to be up near the top has been fun to watch. And that it's the one good thing I think that's come out of this new era of the transfer portal. Not to say that there aren't problems and we got to get a hold of this thing and we got to, there's got to be some regulations to it, but it has definitely opened up the playing field for a lot of schools to be able to play at the highest level of this tournament.
Yeah, it was fun watching college football get turned on its head this year. It really was.
There you go. Dana, always
right,
a pleasure
thanks.
talking to you. Congratulations on your new bride, and glad to see that is going so well for you.
Yeah, I'm a blessed man for sure.
There you go. Dana Cooper, the legend. Dana, thanks for calling as always.
Take care, guys.
All
So
right.
long.
Cricket is also a legend, and she's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center. This is your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Congress to the east of I-10. Some demonstration downtown. A lot of backups on Congress near I-10 and on Congress east of I-10. Also expect more backups on westbound Speedway Boulevard, backed up from Main Avenue to nearly Euclid Avenue. Northbound Euclid at Speedway, heavy backups there as well. And I'm Cricket, and your weather, 42 the overnight low, 72 partly cloudy tomorrow, 60% chance of rain on Friday and Saturday, 69 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Never wait to see your family doctor again. And My Doctor Now, you don't need to take time off work or even schedule ahead. Open 7 days a week. It's your family doctor. Available same day, every day, guaranteed. Go to My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
Here's the tale of Tina, searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till GoodRx wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Hot foot it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
What's that song that goes ba-da-da-da-da-da?
You mean la-di-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee?
No, he's talking about bum, 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 bum. No, that's not it.
All right, guys, we don't have time for this. Furnaces are breaking down, and we promise we'll be there in one day.
That's it.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
Oh, that song.
One of my favorites. If you have a problem today, Alaskan AC will get to you within one day.
If we don't, the whole repair is free. No matter how much.
So good, people are singing about it.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
Reminds me of another song that goes boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom.
I've never heard that.
Well, you're not as cultured as me. You have about as much culture as a bowl of yogurt.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
AlaskanAC.com.
Everyone loves to get together for food, fun, and sports. But what's the best spot? I'm Josh Bishop, owner of Fork and Fire, Catalina, and Oro Valley. My brother, best friend, and I have been cooking for one another and for our neighbors for years, and we get to live our passion every day at Fork and Fire. At our Catalina Grill, you'll love the elevated bar fare and barbecue, served in our relaxed and fun neighborhood grill. Fork and Fire Catalina, where great food meets good times and a strong community. Bring everyone on down to Fork and Fire in Catalina and Oro Valley.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street or explore our offerings online at azcommerciallighting.com. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
En garde! U.S. Olympians do it, your neighbor's kid does it, and yes, it's the only socially acceptable way to carry a sword, fencing. No, not the kind that keeps dogs in. This is the Olympic and Paralympic sport for all ages. Fencing is fun, safe, and welcoming. Physical chess that builds both body and mind. Kids and adults make friends fast, stay active, and even open doors to college programs nationwide. Learn more and find beginner classes near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. 4 highly ranked college basketball teams met yesterday in Newark for the 2nd annual Coretta Scott King Classic. In the first game, number 12 Ohio State outlasted 9th-ranked TCU 71-69. The Buckeyes were led by senior guard Chance Gray, who hit a huge three-pointer with 16 seconds left and finished with 22 points in the victory. Playing in the holiday doubleheader had an extra special meaning for Gray. Her great-grandfather worked for Martin Luther King Jr. and was the one-time executive director of the NAACP.
I knew it was going to be a good game today, so I just tried to come in the game as confident as I can, be what I needed to be for my team today, and just carry that on. I think our team's just scratching the surface. We're getting better each game, so just keep growing and getting better as we can.
In the second game of the Coretta Scott King Classic, 5th-ranked Vanderbilt knocked off number 7 Michigan. Commodores and their head coach Shea Ralph are now a program record 19-0 on the season. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Erica Herskowitz on Westwood One.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. No application fee if you apply by February 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Straight Talk presents The Math of More. Here's how it works. When you say yes to more with Straight Talk, you're left with more for all the other good stuff. So getting an unlimited plan starting at just $25 a month equals more savings for your family's weekend adventures. And with a network covered by Verizon, you can share more from wherever you go. It's simple math, really. More equals more with Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. The $25 plan requires a compatible unlocked device and a new line of service. Additional terms apply.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Man, our guy Ryan Radke, Arizona Wildcat alum, former announcer here at Wildcats Radio 1290, he has had some games in the final stages of this NFL season.
So now a third down and 11. Allen in the gun gets the snap. Blitz coming. Allen backpedals. He's looking. Has time. Going deep. Down the middle. Brandon Cooks is there. And he could not make the catch. And the pass is intercepted. It's picked off by Jaquan McMillan. What a play by McMillan to intercept it at the Denver 20-yard line. And the Bills turn it over for a 5th time in the game.
McMillan was trying to catch up and just put his hand up and try to wave to get in the way. He ended up with the ball, but boy, I tell you, when Cooks went on the ground, it looked like they both had it.
Yeah, that is really interesting. That looked like it was simultaneous possession going to the ground.
When Cooks was on the ground, it looked like they both had it, and then McMillan pulled it away. Wow, okay.
And this is going to be Denver football. So the Broncos will get lined up again. Looks like it'll be officially 24 for the win. Fraboni to snap. Crawshaw will hold. Lutz to send the Broncos to the AFC Championship game. Here's the snap, the spot, the kick is up. It is good, and the Broncos win in overtime. Denver 33, Buffalo 30, and for the first time in a decade, the Denver Broncos are back in the AFC Championship game.
Now, as a fan of the Cleveland Browns, I never want the Broncos to win anything, so that's very disappointing to me. I don't know that I like either of these teams in the AFC. New England, I'm not a big New England fan. I'm not a big Denver fan. I will be rooting for the Rams because of my Los Angeles connections. Probably the rest of this NFL playoff party. We will have both the AFC and the NFC championship games, though, for you right here on Wildcats Radio 1290 coming up this Sunday. So our coverage will begin at 11 a.m. with NFL preview, and then we'll have NFL Insider at 11:30, and then the pregame show for the AFC championship game between the Patriots and the Broncos will commence at noon. Kickoff is at 1. And then 4:30, we've got the NFC Championship game, the Rams and the Seahawks for the 3rd time this season. They split their in-season series with the Rams winning by 2 points in Los Angeles and the Seahawks in overtime winning by 1 point in Seattle. That is going to be a barn burner for sure. Winners will go to San Francisco for the Super Bowl, which we will also have for you right here on Wildcats Radio 1290 on Sunday, February the 8th. So get your Super Bowl parties started now. Get everything you need. Get to the store. Start planning. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, as it always is.
I'm planning so
Super
hard,
Bowl
man.
Sunday.
I made nachos last night.
You're already making your nachos.
Well, I mean, it had nothing to do with the Super Bowl, but I'm getting ready. Getting ready.
Oh, man. There you go. There you go. Good stuff there. All right. I want to go back to the college football championship game last night. I'm going to play this one play here once again. This was the unbelievable run here by Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, a big concept that we've really had on
Well,
ourselves
actually,
this year is
let
always
me
betting on ourselves.
Go back
Whether
here.
it's preseason, no one thinks we can make it.
That's him talking about the run. Let's hear him doing the run first.
A lot of coaches would punt Miami deep. Mendoza, ball in his hands. Sideline pitch. Becker comes back to make a catch. They've done that a million times. Get to the 8. He's going to take off and run. Mendoza weaves his way first and goal. Diving toward the end zone. Touchdown! That's where he won the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, that's how you win a national championship. It kind of, speaking of my hatred of the Broncos, but it kind of reminds me of that one Super Bowl run by John Elway that he just kind of took off and ran and got spun around diving for the end zone. It was very reminiscent of that moment in the National Football League. Fernando, let's hear first from Fernando on that 4th and 5 play.
Big concept that we've really had on ourselves this year is always betting on ourselves. Whether it's preseason, no one thinks we can make it. Whether it's figuring it out in situations like Oregon, Penn State, and Iowa, we've always figured it out. And whenever Coach Cignetti, Coach Shanahan, they called that play, we knew, hey, we're going to bet ourselves one more time in the biggest stage of the game. And at that point, I took the drop, and it wasn't the perfect coverage for it, but I trust my linemen, and everybody in that entire offense and entire team had a gritty performance today, and we're all putting our bodies on the line. So it's the least I could do for my brothers.
Go ahead, J-Dub.
I didn't even think he was going to make the first down, DK. Like, the way that play started out, it didn't start out like he was destined for the end zone. And, it's just pure will, right? At some point. It's just pure, I need to get to the first down. I mean, that was a 4th and 5 on the 12. And they were up, I believe, by 3 at the time. So field goal there makes it 6. So they made the choice not to take the chippy field goal and decided to go for it. And just the sheer will by Mendoza there to find his way into the end zone. I mean, that's got to be, after 138 years, the most important, impactful play in Indiana football history. And just happened last night. Also, news today that his younger brother does not want to be in the shadow of him any further, and he's going to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I think there's that.
Alberto Mendoza, the younger brother.
Right.
Yeah.
And Duke's, we thought that Washington was going to sue their quarterback, Damon Williams, but in fact it's going to be Duke suing their quarterback, Darian Mensah, for trying to transfer after signing a contract.
Yeah, and if you remember, listeners, Mensah put his name in the transfer portal about 14 hours prior to it closing. So that was the issue there. So, yeah, we'll see how that winds up. There's also news today, DK, that there's an Alabama, speaking of suing, there's an Alabama center who's suing the NCAA for his eligibility back. He wants to play for the Alabama Crimson Tide basketball team this year.
Oh, boy.
Lawsuits as far everywhere you look.
There's a lot happening, folks, in college football, college athletics as a whole. Who knows who might be suiting up for your favorite college basketball or football team
The other
coming up.
Play last night was that block punt because it wasn't called. They did not have a block call on that play, and it was just sheer will and individual effort. And just how it wound, just how it worked out with the left hand outstretched to get the block, DK, and then the easy scoop and score. It was just such a pivotal moment. That's one of those, again, team for the ages type of things. It couldn't have gone any other way. I just think Indiana this year, that you create your own luck. I'm not sitting here saying that, somebody was making Indiana destined to win the title, but those guys on that team and the way they, transitioned, as you said, from a smaller school with the bright lights of the Big Ten, every team that they saw that was a top 10, top 5 ranked team, they found a way to get the win. And not all of those were blowouts, DK. There's a lot of close games that Indiana won this year. So just a lot of will and determination, and it starts right at the top with their coach.
Speaking of transfers, once again, head on over to our Twitter account, Wildcats1290 right now. Our question of the day, our second installment in our Arizona Wildcats football transfer portal series. Who was the most impactful of today's 4 offensive players from the Arizona Wildcats 2025 transfer portal recruiting class? We're giving you 4 names today. Javen Watley, wide receiver. Ty Buchanan, left tackle. Luke Wysong, wide receiver. Trey Spivey, wide receiver. Right now, Trey Spivey is the leader in the clubhouse. Ernest Lee Spivey, the third, 50% of the vote. Ty Buchanan coming in after that with 33%. Luke Wysong has a few votes. Javen Nunu Watley currently does not have any. So
it's just weird because
head on over there right now.
Yeah, they all split time, right? I mean, Spivey was games 3 to game 8,
Right.
something like that.
He's like the middle guy.
Yeah, exactly. They all
the TDs.
Watley kind of came on towards the end, so they all kind of shined at different periods of the season.
So head on over right
I forgot
now.
Wysong.
Yeah.
Wysong early, right, was the guy, the name we talked about more than anybody. And then wasn't it like game 2 or 3 that he took over punt return duties?
Exactly.
So we talked a lot about Luke Wysong in the first 3-4 games of the season. Then Spivey kind of took over Watley towards the end. So all of those guys contributed in different parts of the season.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is our number. You can call us at that number. You can text us, check in with a text groove, and let us know your thoughts on all things happening. Arizona Wildcats football, basketball, Pima athletics. As we told you, the spring sports are starting this weekend with both the softball and the baseball team. So looking forward to that. In fact, let's see, who do we got? I don't know what she's texting us about, though. Our friend Amy checks in, and she just says about damn time, but I'm not sure what she's texting us about damn time. About what? Because she did not say. But thank you, Amy, for checking in on the text group, for sure. We always love hearing from you there. All right, when we come back, last segment of the show, we'll give you your Casino del Sol replay and a little bit more. Cricket's keeping you up to date on the traffic. She mentioned earlier there's some protests happening downtown. There's been some protests at a number of the high schools today as well. So keeping you abreast of everything happening, here is Cricket.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Westbound Speedway Boulevard backed up from Main Avenue to just a little bit beyond Euclid Avenue. Northbound Euclid at Speedway, backups there. Congress east of I-10, Congress Broadway east of I-10. Demonstration downtown. Some backups for the I-10 Congress Street off-ramps. And for your weather, 42, the overnight low, 72, partly cloudy tomorrow, 60% chance of rain Friday and Saturday, and 68 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
Celebrate Happy Honda Days at AutoNation Honda Tucson. Save up to $7,500 on pilots, leases starting at $399 a month, and enjoy incredible rates on 2025 and 2026 models. Visit us off Wetmore and Auto Mall Drive today.
This report is sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. In the automotive industry, time and trust matter. Miss an electrical problem and it can slow everything down. That's why Napa delivers electrical solutions the pros trust. The parts, tools, and expertise to catch problems before they become breakdowns. That's Napa know-how.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a Neighborly company.
Wildcat fans, where do you go when the final buzzer sounds? You don't head home. You head to Roadhouse Cinemas and Roadies, Tucson's home court for great food, craft beer, and nonstop fun. At Roadies, you can bowl, throw an axe, play arcade games, or grab a burger while the next game plays on the massive screens. Then, catch the newest movies right next door at Roadhouse Cinemas with luxury recliners and full in-seat dining. Game days, movie nights, anytime. Make it a win at Roadhouse Cinemas and Roadies on the corner of Grant and Swan.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
At University Termite and Pest Control, we handle all your pest problems. Maybe a few family ones, too.
Wait, you can even take care of my in-laws?
I always tell people we'll take care of anything, even in-laws. You just have to dig the hole.
Okay, but seriously, is it okay for our pets?
Absolutely. It's okay for pets, kids, anything you want to live, will live.
Call us today at University Termite and Pest Control. We'll squash those pests and enjoy it.
They say time flies like a sparrow.
And fruit flies like a banana.
We're off to a great start.
If you two don't mind, I'd like to tell our customers about something they won't do in 2026.
I'm not doing a lot of things.
Like changing your socks.
Guys, I'm talking about no payments or interest for a full year on a new system.
Oh, people are going to like that.
You should tell them.
As I was saying, Alaskan AC can install a brand new heating and air system and have no payments or interest. For a year.
365 days.
12 months.
You'll get all the comfort, and you won't write a check for a whole year.
Ha! Ron still writes checks.
He's so old, the first picture of him was an oil painting.
You guys having fun?
I never have fun.
I'm having a little fun.
This is big. With approved credit, get a spanking new furnace and AC system. No payments or interest for a year.
Spanking new?
Ron talks old-timey.
Schedule your appointment today, whenever you want, online at alaskanac.com.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Presented by Robinhood, your money, your move. Kirk Cignetti, in 2 years at Indiana, has completed the greatest turnaround in college football history. Indiana won the national championship in college football. Heading into this year, Indiana won 3 bowl games in program history. Since January 1st, the Hoosiers have won 3 playoff games. What an incredible story. I'm Chris Black.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
PK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, coming up at the top of the hour, Arizona women's basketball tips off against Kansas over at McHale Center. Give us a shot if you're on your way to the game tonight, 520-848-1290. Wildcats with one win so far in Big 12 conference play. Both these teams just one win so far in Big 12 conference play, looking for that second victory. How about Achul Magad out of South Point Catholic High School? She played pretty well against TCU. Scored 12 points, grabbed 7 rebounds in 16 minutes. Let's hear from Becky Burke on Achul's play over the weekend, Saturday.
Achul had an interesting week, but she was ready when her number was called, and I'm just going to continue to challenge Achul to practice hard, to play hard, to be ready for opportunities because, she looks a little bit different than anybody else on our team. She looks like the opposing post players, and from a size, physicality standpoint, we do need her presence. This is by far her best game. She was able to play 16 minutes. We haven't gotten that out of her. She was able, to get out there and contribute in a way that she hasn't so far this season, and we're going to need that in the second half of Big 12 play. So excited for her to gain that confidence today and build off of it.
12 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 4 of 5 from the line for Achul Magad in the game on Saturday at TCU. 12.7 rebounds, also had a couple of turnovers in the game and dished out 1 assist. The first time she has scored double figures in a conference game, only the second time she has scored double figures this season, only the third time she's played double-digit minutes in a game this season, but 2 of those have come in conference play as the Wildcats try to find some size in there. Achul Magad playing 10 minutes against Texas Tech and playing 16 minutes against TCU. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We mentioned we've got tonight in Tucson, we've got the Roadrunners tonight at the arena against the San Diego Gulls. That'll be tonight and tomorrow night. The fellows have won 7 of their last 9, but despite the fact that they've won 7 of their last 9, they have not been able to make up any ground in this ultra-competitive Pacific Division so far this year in the AHL. So the division right now, there's 10 teams. 8 of the 10 teams in the division have 40 or more points on the season. So essentially, all but one team in the Pacific Division is above 500 this season. So despite the fact that the Roadrunners have won 7 of their last 9, they're still sitting in 7th place with 40 points, tied with the San Diego Gulls, who will come in here tonight also with 40 points. Colorado and Ontario lead the way with 52 points. Bakersfield with 48, Coachella Valley 46, San Jose 45. So still 6 teams above the Roadrunners currently in that Pacific Division that they're trying to play catch-up with. So a very strong division so far this year on the Pacific side of the AHL. Not to mention the fact that the parent Mammoth have hit a hot streak. They have won 6 of their last 7 games to move to 25-20-4 on this season. And one of the things we've been talking about in terms of the Mammoth, the former Arizona Coyotes, is will they ever get back to that 40-win plateau? Is that possible? Well, they're more than halfway through. They've played 44 games. So right now they are on a trajectory to win 47 games this season with 38 games left to play this season. So they're on a projection to win 47. So it could happen. And who knows? With 47 wins for the Mammoths should come a playoff spot. But we're still a long ways away from that. Suns don't play tonight, do they, J-Dub? I think they're off this evening.
I know they played last night, right? Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, they do. They are playing right now.
Yeah, double. I know there's doubleheader. Yeah, Philly. Yeah.
Yes. Suns 8 minutes second quarter, leading 41-36 over the 76ers, and they have won 11 of their last 15 games, looking to stretch that out. Currently, though, still back now in that 7th playoff position, which is the top position of the play-in round at the moment.
You were to check the box score, you might see a player wearing number 4 by the name of Jalen Green, who has played 6 minutes in this game and has 4 points. So officially his 3rd game in a Suns uniform.
But despite the fact that the Suns are in 7th, they are just a half game, or really percentage points. They are essentially tied with the Lakers for first place in the Pacific Division. The Lakers are 25-16. The Suns are 26-17. So one more win, one more loss for the Suns on each side of that coin. The Lakers lead the Pacific by percentage points over the Suns. Like I mentioned a few weeks ago, who had the Suns 2 games out? Who had the Suns potentially winning this division at the beginning of the season? Not too many people. Just like the Hoosiers were 1,000 plus 1,000 to win the national championship at the beginning of the year. So if you'd taken the Hoosiers in at BetMGM to start the season, you'd be sitting on a pretty nice pile of money right now to win the national championship at plus 1,000.
The dumbest thing about the Pacific Division, DK, is how many Hall of Famers are in that.
Yeah.
But they're all like late 30s, right? So there's a lot of promise coming out of Clipperland, but, you know, James Harden and Kawhi Leonard aren't exactly young pups anymore, and obviously LeBron James is the oldest player in with the Lakers, and Steph Curry and those guys in that crew. So there's never been a time. That's been a tough division with the Warriors' dominance the last 15 years. But if there ever was a time for Jordan Ott and his crew to make some noise, maybe this is it.
There you go. Let's give you our Casino del Sol replay for today.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
Pima softball, number 6 in NJCAA Division II, will open up their season this weekend at the Stacey Iverson Invitational over at the Lincoln Park. They're going to play 2 games on Friday. They're going to play 3 games in succession on Saturday. I've seen a lot of doubleheaders in softball. I haven't seen a lot of triple headers. I asked head coach Rebecca Quiros how she's going to manage 3 consecutive games in a row.
It's okay. You know, this is the point of the season you want to throw the kids in the fire and just kind of see what we're made of. I don't think anybody at any level, at any school is ready, right? None of us are ready, but this is going to be a good starting point to see where we're going to be at, the things we need to improve. But it's good for the team. You know, we need to get thrown in the fire. We need to test the waters, and nothing better with some great competition.
All right, tell me a little bit about this team. Obviously, it is one, as always, that is made up of primarily local talent, which is one of the things that's so fun about watching, these squads up at Pima, whether it's softball or baseball. A lot of local kids are getting this opportunity. What do you like about this group that you're bringing into this season?
I love that our kids are staying home, and we have some of the best talent in the country, and they're understanding and buying into that this is a great place to come for a year or 2 years. And I love that they want to stay home and they want to play and they want to win and get their school paid for. But the biggest thing with this group is we're just so well-rounded with speed and power and pitching and catching. It's a very good balance, and I just want to make sure that these kids know that every time they step on the field, they're competing. Right? Nobody has a spot here. So that's what makes it fun. It's just a team full of great talent.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
As always, our thanks to Rebecca Quiros for joining us on the show. And it is a roster, as it tends to be, made up of young ladies from all over Southern Arizona. Sabino High School, Tucson High School, Sunnyside, Pueblo, Empire, Mountain View, CDO, Saladita. I mean, that's a good 7 local schools that are represented on her roster this year, plus 2 young ladies from Hawaii, because you got to go wherever, you got to go to Jupiter sometimes to get players to help you compete at the highest level.
Hey, Tucson, Hawaii, same difference, right?
Exactly. So welcome to those two young ladies that are here from Hawaii this year playing. Because I don't know that I've seen some kids from Hawaii on the football team in the past. Jim Monaco would have a kid from Hawaii or two every year, but I don't know if I've seen too many kids from Hawaii on any of the other teams. So it's good to see them spreading that out a little bit this year. And I mentioned baseball. Pima Baseball also starts their season coming up this weekend, and the fellas will be at the West Campus on Friday and Saturday, as well as Sunday, a 4-game series against College of Southern Idaho. They'll play one Friday, 2 on Saturday, a doubleheader, and then a single game on Sunday to start their season. So plenty of action up there on West Anklam Road to check out the Aztecs. That is going to wrap up our show for today. Thanks to J.W. Madden. Thanks to Rebecca Quiros for joining us. My name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Coming up tomorrow, we'll be back with you at 3 o'clock, actually 3:30 for Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. Arizona, #1 team in the country, taking on Cincinnati. Have a great night, everybody.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. Ina and Oracle reported collision on Congress east of I-10, a very large-scale demonstration which is causing a lot of backups downtown Tucson, backups on the eastbound I-10 Congress off-ramp. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
We are the rush, the pulse, the thrill you didn't see coming. Welcome to Club Soul at Casino del Sol, where Tucson's best just got better. Join Club Soul today and get $20 free play. That's right, your first play is on us. Play, earn, and unlock exclusive rewards that take your experience to the next level. More thrills, more perks, more of what makes Casino del Sol unforgettable. We are Club Soul, only at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Enterprise of the Bosco Yaqui Tribe.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put members' success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
The day shuts down. The games light up. This is BetMGM Tonight with Brad Evans and Pat Boyle on Westwood One Sports.
Hey-o! Welcome back to BetMGM Tonight here on Westwood One Sports. He's Brad Evans, I'm Pat Boyle, and we are brought to you by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly. You can watch the show live on YouTube. Search BetMGM Tonight. Please hit that subscribe button. You can also watch the show live on Twitter at BetMGM Tonight. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of our social media platforms at BetMGM Tonight. And then you can listen to the show on the Westwood One Sports app, the Odyssey app, SiriusXM Channel 375, and hundreds of local affiliates throughout North America, including a couple in the state of Indiana, where I can't even imagine what the state of affairs is like right now in Bloomington.
Yeah.
Phone number to join the show is 310-840-4910. Speaking of Indiana, we are getting ready to talk to their former basketball coach, Tom Crean, who's also a college basketball analyst now, 22 years as a head coach between Indiana, Marquette, and Georgia. You can follow him on Twitter at Tom Crean. Tom, it's Pat Boyle and Brad Evans. How are you, man?
I'm great. Good to be with you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, we got a ton of college hoops to get to with you tonight, but I got to, of course, ask you about what kind of frenzy Bloomington was in last night, probably still in, and they might be running out of all the liquor supplies for the next few weeks after the Hoosiers improbable run.